Welcome back to the city of Veridia. For those that are watching, welcome to the show. This is episode 2 for the live games, and we are more than happy to introduce to you today. In today's session, we have Sky, who is playing Virex Coil.
There we go. I wondered if you'd remember that.
We have Arius, who is playing Hexalon.
My name is Jeff.
Oh no, he's the one playing Jeff. He's the Texan Ranger. Then we also, I do apologise. We also have Turtle, who is playing Hexalon. No, Hexalon is Flaps.
I'm playing
It's been a couple of weeks.
Reverend
So
Hollow.
I'm
Yeah,
playing Hexalon.
Flaps is playing Hexalon, and Turtle is playing the other one.
Hey, third time's the charm.
Yep,
Hello,
we'll get
my
there.
fellow Chaos Goblins.
Yeah, so Turtle is playing Severin Hollow. So now that the confusion's out the way, and I can explain the confusion, that is because there is another party with some of the same players in it that are playing not an opposing tavern, but they have another establishment, and Turtle and
Arias.
Turtle and Arias are in the other one, and they're playing an establishment that they're going to become slightly familiar with, called the Black Honey Meadery. However, this group set up the Clockwork Cadaver.
Mhm.
Now, before we get into it any further, who would like to do the recap?
We played with
Yeah.
tentacles.
ew! Don't ever say that again.
They
No.
They are tendrils.
Yeah, we went to the vampire run funeral home. We didn't like the vampires. We didn't like the goblins or the kobolds who owned the tunnels. We then decided to spend an inordinate amount of time looking at a collapsed corpse coffin. And then we followed the tunnel. We found something which my mind still won't decide to decipher. And then we managed to talk the vampires and kobolds into not killing everything.
Awesome.
But
But what happened with the body?
that thing was infested. I mean, it was like a syphilitic corpse. It was horrible.
It had tentacles inside of it.
Disgusting.
And then we got the tentacle outside of it, which, bad move. And the body disintegrated. And the tentacle, as far as we know, buried itself into the earth.
No.
Never to be seen from
We got
again.
it trapped inside of a crystal.
No.
Nope.
No,
Don't
that's
you
the
dare
other group.
metagame turtle.
Yep.
That's the other group.
That's the other group.
We left
Dude,
off
spoilers.
with a tentacle burying itself into the earth
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
after
You-
playing with it.
Absolutely.
Oh, we do have a handkerchief with purple blood substance on it, which we could get
yes.
to analysed.
A purple bloody handkerchief.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Well,
Not at all from the tentacles.
with that being said, and your recap partially completed, I'm not going to give you any more details on what happened. That's up to you to remember and or be taking notes. Yes, it's one of those games, I'm afraid, guys and girls. If the players don't remember, the players don't remember.
I remember which book opened the hidden doorway in the funeral home.
You do? Which book was it?
Yeah. The Art of Solace.
Well done.
I feel like that deserves inspiration there.
That's impressive, because
That
I
is-
didn't even remember that it was a book that opened them.
That does deserve an inspiration point. I
I
agree.
didn't remember that there was a hidden passage.
Neither did
Oh.
I. I didn't remember there was a book.
It wasn't exactly a passage. It was a elevator, essentially. The large table in the middle of the room became an elevator and lowered
It allowed it
itself.
to pass.
Yeah.
Therefore, a
Yeah.
passage.
But you ended up back at the Clockwork Cadaver, your brand new establishment, making various changes and repairs and maybe sorting out some of the decor. But it is
Hoping the cellar isn't haunted.
it is the very next day, and you are all gathered for whatever reason at the Clockwork Cadaver, your new establishment. Would you like to describe how this looks and feels at this moment in time, considering you've only had one night really to maybe try and clean it up a little?
I heard children playing at one point in time. It was rather creepy.
So
It
none of
looks like
go
an
on.
average tavern. You know, it's got straw on the floor for any bodily fluids that might be spilt during bar fights.
Why
Blood,
are we spilling
mainly.
bodily fluids there, guy?
Bar
What's
fights,
happening?
tend to involve bladed weapons.
Yeah.
And,
It's a neutral place. We don't have bar
Yeah, but
fights
you
here.
could have just said blood. You didn't have to say bodily fluids.
but it is
Severn
a bodily
definitely would
fluid.
have gone about the whole place hitting prestidigitation to clean every single speck of dirt and loose hay to make sure it was clean.
Fair enough.
Jeff would have installed new doors to get the old Western saloon vibe. You know, those double half swing doors.
Yep. So it's basically always open, essentially.
Yep.
I've gone and hired an orc to be the bouncer for the door.
There are vampires down in the cellar.
I feel like Virex would have been extremely interested in the kind of alcohol that we've been selling and just making sure that the bar area is well stocked and having to taste everything to ensure that it is up to his standards. Although he's a robot, so of course he doesn't have very many standards when it comes to alcohol because he doesn't need to drink
But
and he can't taste it. He thinks that he is the alcohol connoisseur.
I've been confirmed with the security.
Jeff is going to be in the corner scamming people out of their money with the 3-bowl game.
I mean, as much as
Would we
that's
have
the
even had
case,
any guests yet?
yeah,
Well, if we have any.
We're
You-
not
you-
even open yet.
I was gonna say, like you're ready for all of these things, but you haven't had any guests at your tavern yet.
We haven't had any vampires.
Not yet. No, that's the other one. That's the Black Honey Meadery that's got the opening into the
Oh.
tunnels. The cellar here is sealed. So, but yes,
I highly doubt we even figured out who's going to be taking care of what within the establishment.
and
fair.
it's at this
Jeff's gonna be
moment.
practicing skills.
It's at this moment that I would like anyone looking and just daydreaming out the window to roll me a perception check, please.
Reception.
Ready?
What does a 17 get, Jeff?
Ooh,
Good
that's
skill.
a good shout. Considering you're the one installing the doors, you would be most likely to see it.
What does a 23 get you?
Oh, you'd be helping him install those new doors, and you would definitely see it.
Dude, that's crooked. You gotta
Everyone,
level it.
everyone that rolled over a 15, you're looking out the windows or through the open doorway and these half doors that are being installed, and a woman dressed in a black outfit. Black dress, very gothic, with a parasol, steps out of the black honey meadery opposite.
How thick are her thighs?
Oh. I will give you her description if you just bear with me one moment.
Excise every part to that description.
I mean, you've already gone the whole goth stereotypical female image. You may as well go to thick thighs now.
She is pale-skinned, almost bluish in nature, in the colour of her skin. She looks to be between about the age of maybe 20 to 25. She's a medium build, and her eyes, when you catch a glimpse of them, are almost like bright green emeralds. She is almost elven-like, but there's something slightly off. Who here has travelled essentially within the Underdark, if anyone would have?
I feel like Virex might have as a bit of a bounty hunter type.
The Underdark being under the city or like the underworld?
The Underdark, underworld.
Underground, essentially. It like massive underground society.
That would
Such.
Jeff probably would at one point in time.
Severin might have gotten close to it and probably never fully went deep into it, but he'd probably know of like stories of
Fair
ground
enough.
such.
So
yeah.
for Virex and Severin, you would recognise her instantly as a drow.
Shit. You guys might want to lock the doors.
Strange seeing one of them up top.
Yeah, she could be trouble. Jeff, I would lock that door if I were you.
But
now, partner,
I don't think
Mama
that
always
door
told
can
me
lock.
that women always trouble, and Jeff, now I'm ready for trouble.
Not that kind of trouble, you ain't.
She steps closer, crossing the road. As she does so, you looking both ways. You look both ways almost as well. The road itself, the street that you're on, a broad street, is getting busier, without a doubt. And you can see at various intervals through various manhole covers, the velocity of the steam is slightly increased as it rises up from various vents from underground. The heating has kicked in, and it's not a warm day outside. But with the way this city works, and heat being pumped through the city through steam pipes and vents and God knows what else underground, it takes the chill off of the city, and the fog and smog begins to roll in. This drow woman, once again looking both ways, sees several vehicles, some horse and carts, a couple of smaller steam-engined vehicles on four wheels, very crude and rudimentary in their origins, very early days. It's extremely rare, and generally only those that are extremely rich would be able to afford them. But she crosses nonetheless, and she steps up towards the doors to the Clockwork Cadaver. She looks over at you, looks behind, and then turns and says, "Would one of you fine gentlemen be a Virex coil?"
Jeff is gonna pop,
Motherfucker.
and he's gonna be like, "Well, sweetheart, Virex happens to be my name."
Virex is going to
Roll a
step forward and just be
deception
like,
check.
Jeff, shut the fuck up.
Okay,
I'm rolling this.
don't bother rolling.
Virex doesn't like Drow, but he's not going to back down from one, so he's just like, Jeff, shut up.
I pointedly placed my pistol on the table.
I
So everyone's going
see.
to walk to the bar, pour what little bit of alcohol they may have into a cup, and just sit down and take a sip, watching all this now going on now.
Well, my name is Liliane de Cruel, and it's my understanding that you have, shall we say, the potential of 2 benefactors, correct?
Essentially. What would a lady such as yourself be wanting with us?
Well, a fine lady such as myself.
Well, Virex, I suppose she might want to drink with us.
Jeff, shut the fuck up.
Oh no, dear, you couldn't afford the drinks that I have. Namely,
Is that
by
Jeff? She's for sale.
She's a lady of the night.
I
I mean,
am
she
not.
is a drow.
I am not a lady of the night in the
No, we're
sense
so
that
gonna
you
piss her off.
think. However, it would be in your best interest to let me in, after all.
And why would we do that?
Let's just say a Lord Albrecht sent me.
That changes things.
Oh, see, I would say that it would change things, but, you know, lords are typically well known, so what's to say you've not just heard this name in passing? But what makes you think that we have any connection to this lord of yours?
How about a Roland? As she tries to imitate Roland's fanciful, playful self.
Well,
Oh,
that's a very common name.
well, let's see what she gets on that performance check first.
If it actually comes through. She doesn't do a very good imitation, but it's close enough.
Well, I suppose this is a tavern, and, well, it would do to get bodies through the door. Feel free, have a seat, and let's discuss whatever it is that's brought you here.
Wonderful. Thank you. Oh, I see you've already cleaned the place up. Oh, that is going to save me so much hassle. I do appreciate it. Though I've noticed that there's a couple of things. As she starts walking around, she looks at the slightly broken and chipped bar and the few of the tables that have got cracks in them, and as she runs her hands over them, she's casting mending and fixing the tables up slightly.
Yeah, I was about to say, Siren seeing that, he would have went, yeah, I don't have mending at the moment.
the moment.
Fair enough.
Well,
You're-
hold on now. That all those cracks, they may have been imperfect, but they added charm, and he's going to shoot one of the tables with his double barrel shotgun.
Really?
If that's a double barrel shotgun, that's not going to leave a crack. That's just going to destroy the table.
No, it's got birdshot.
It's got what?
It's got birdshot.
How
in
much
it.
of a choke? How much of a choke?
Enough to not destroy the table.
So widespread, yeah, it'd probably pepper it.
Okay. I
You know
don't know
what,
enough.
Sky?
I
I've
don't
got
know enough
no
about
idea.
guns. Yeah, me
No.
neither. I don't know
the
enough
choke
about
question
guns to
was-
argue with you guys on that.
Was at the end of my knowledge.
You can make the barrel of the
roll
end of your barrel be a little
roll
tighter
to attack the table.
for the
I don't
Want
wanna-
bullet.
to attack the
Yeah, I don't want to
table?
attack Lillian.
Oh, it's
That's a 24 to
perfect.
hit.
That's a perfect hit, and you pepper it exactly the way you want.
Now, I do apologize for shooting indoors. I know my mama raised me better, but I do believe for an establishment such as ours, a little character is
Oh,
well
this
within my limits.
this place will certainly have a lot of character. Now, my understanding, as she takes a seat at the bar, the wrong side of the bar from your perspective, and she runs her hands up and down the bar in front of her. My understanding is that you're going to need supplies. You're also going to need someone to look after this place whilst you're out and about doing your duties or work or whatever it is you get up to when you're out there. And it just so happens that I can be in two places at once. It also just so happens that an acquaintance of yours, as she looks directly at you, Jeff.
Oh, an acquaintance, you say?
I believe it's Jeff that's indebted. No, it's not. It's Arius's
Yep.
character.
Notice.
It is.
That's
Yeah,
Jeff.
it is, Jeff.
That is Jeff.
An acquaintance, you say?
An acquaintance of
Uh,
yours owns the bar over the road.
Oh, you know that bird bastard?
Don John.
Ugh.
Oh, that reprobate.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I suppose you could say I know him.
Yeah.
I'm not too fond of his bird, little bit.
Well, let's just say that I have some influence over there.
Oh, okay.
So I think it might be to your benefit if we were to work together for a while. Don't you?
As
Well,
long as you're not attracting any ladies of ill repute into this business.
Oh, I would never do such a thing. Although, if you wish, I can attract a few ladies of remarkable standing.
Well,
You
we've
know
met
what?
you, so we're fine.
Now,
well,
now
gents, I'm
now
sold.
you're
I'm all
talking my
for the
language.
ladies. I'm all for the ladies, so.
Hmm.
You know where I stand.
That's
Also, Hexalon, I hate to break it to you, but this place is a tavern. Even if ladies of the night, as you put it, aren't invited into the tavern, best believe there's going to be plenty of them hanging outside. And
No,
at the
that's
very
fine.
least, if we get them in here, it's more money in our pocket.
Well, let's just say if the ladies of the night were to go to the tavern opposite, the business would definitely be with the vampires.
Exactly.
Well,
And we don't want them
Question.
being fed, do we?
On the topic of vampires, I have a question.
Yes.
And that would be, why exactly are you wanting to help us? Because you've still not really explained that.
That might be because you've not asked the right questions. But nevertheless, I will get there. It is from Lord Albrecht and Roland, the two, what's the word, ambassadors, shall we say, to the benefactors, that you have this establishment. One is paying the coin, and the other is doing the sourcing of information, knowledge, and other bits and pieces, and having fun with yourself, with all of you, whilst both of them have a similar, almost aligned goal for this city. They both want the streets cleaned. They both want the corruption gone. Oh, all the stories. But in order to do that, just because they've got the money, just because they've got the resources, does not mean to say they can actually get it done. Not without some, shall we say, street level manipulation. And that's where you all come in. As
Well, I have a question.
shoot, not
How are you going to
literally.
be in two places at once? How does that neat little trick work?
I have a
Called
friend.
magic, Jeff.
I have a friend in a high place who has created a simulacrum.
Good for your line of work.
Yes, indeed. There are a couple of other such establishments where I can be found. Not gonna lie, having a total of 4 of me running around makes my life a lot easier. But this is me, the genuine me. And do you want to know how you can tell? I'll let you
Jeff
in
is
on a
gonna,
little
poke her on the
secret.
cheek to try and test it. Jeff has no idea what a simulacrum is, so he's like, "Come on!" He's just gonna poke her in the cheek.
As she touches her cheek, looks at you with a very narrow eye, piercing almost. I can assure you I am the real one. There is
I just had to test it.
There is a freckle on my right wrist, and she shows it. None of my simulacrums have this.
And if you were to die, what would happen with your simulacrums?
Oh, I've been told that they'll continue on for maybe a couple more months, but then they'll eventually collapse and return to the weave, as it were.
Fair enough.
But I wouldn't worry about them.
You say that you want us to clean up the streets and the corruption, and you've explained that that is for Lord Albrecht and Roland's sake, but you still haven't really said what you're getting out of this.
I am your contact. Shall we say I know people in higher places and I know people in lower places? As she looks around the party that you are. And she looks over, especially at the Warforged in the group. I also have contacts in the constabulary.
I don't have contacts. I don't work for them anymore. I
No.
work for the poorer people.
Ugh, poor people.
well, let's just say if the streets are cleaned up, there won't be any problems for the poor people anymore, will there?
I've had many promises to help the poor, and they all come to naught.
Exactly, that's why I'm not coming to you with a promise. I'm coming to you with the contacts so that you can do the work to help them.
Well, ain't the problem with the poor people is that they're poor?
No,
How you gonna fix that?
the problem with the poor people in this city, the ones stuck out in the slums, is the fact that there is so much corruption that it's keeping them that way. Not
Greed perpetuates greed.
exactly, not offering them the option or the choice.
Yeah, see, I get that. That makes sense.
But that's not what
And
you're here to do entirely, is it?
oh, go on.
Besides, I have something that might be of interest.
I'm
The
listening.
path, the members of the Black Honey Meadery came back with something rather interesting. They haven't handed it over to me, unfortunately, but let's just say, whilst you slept, there was an incident that occurred, and you're noticing that actually you really did sleeping a little bit later than you normally would have. As you hear one of the bells outside strike 12, strike midday, also known as the 6th bell in Veridia. You see, there was a funeral being held this morning, and at the strike of the 4th bell, you should have seen them. The kobolds were lining the street as the right hand of Zivrix was finally being buried. Kobolds lining the streets all the way up to the Palapala mortuary. And they came back, and it turns out that, well, there was a slight altercation that they managed to de-escalate between the Palapala and their clan, their family, and the kobolds. The other interesting part of the story that they recounted to me was the fact that the Grey Mantle Constabulary didn't seem to give much in the way of interest in stopping it. And all of this because the body that was being buried, according to one of the kobolds at the time, appeared wrong. The altercation almost ensued. One of the party from the Black Honey Meadery managed to keep the horses calm. Something got in the way and redirected one of the distractions at the body, and a purple entity glooped out into a crystal.
Was it by chance a tentacle?
A tendril, a purple entity. That's all the information I have. They still have the crystal. I think they were planning on taking it to the alchemists to see if they can work out what it was. Seems related to what you have been up to.
We can neither confirm nor deny that.
You don't need to.
Well, so what are you doing on our in our establishment here? I'm still a little confused now.
I've come to make you an offer.
Of course you have.
Okay. Well,
I
spit
can
it out,
have
sweetheart.
I can have one of my simulacrums and myself working here behind the bar, keeping the clientele sweet, as they say, giving them a good show for what it's worth. And in return for maintaining the bar and selling the drinks and what have you, I can also offer you various contacts for various resources and things that your bar will need. Whether it's oils, whether it's alcohol, whether it's your general sort of salt and vinegar style crisps and chips. Doesn't make a blind bit of difference. Whatever it is your bar needs, I can make sure it can be acquired. Providing you can justify the cost, we might also be able to use some of my legal skills and knowledge to acquire it through the expenses. Providing there's a good reason, obviously. Otherwise it would be out of your own pockets. But I have the ability to make things happen. And if you get a good enough reputation, I can also get you work from the higher standing within the city. Or if you are determined to keep a low profile and even lower reputation, I can also get you work from those, such as the groups that you're indebted to, Jeff. Choice is absolutely yours, obviously. And in return, a few favours here and there, nothing more. Just oddities and intricacies that our benefactors pass along to us.
So you help us and we do your dirty works for you.
No. You're doing the dirty work of the benefactors. I merely just wish to be able to go over the legal paperwork and the deals and agreements. Allow me to do the negotiations.
You need to speak to Virex, he's the manager.
As she turns and looks directly at you, Verix. If you
Well-
wish, I can
Go on.
take all that legal balderdash out of your hands and make sure the city gets a fair deal. And doesn't screw any of you over in negotiations, in the process. Think of me as a shield, keeping your asses safe as you go out there and fuck around.
Well,
I'm the
I
one
do
that gets
like
to
my
find
ass
out.
quite a lot. But counter offer, everybody. I do have a companion you all have met. And he's somewhat of a charmer, and I hear he's an expert lawyer back in hell. So I think Williamson could give this fine lady a run for her money.
Oh, Wilson.
Hey, it's Williamson to you, Missy. Only Wilson to me.
Yeah, as much as I would ordinarily be inclined to agree with you on that one, Jeff. Not only is this a drow that we are dealing with, this is a drow that obviously has money, power, connections, and quite frankly, I don't want to be on the wrong side of that.
Oh.
So for now, at least, it might do us well to err on the side of caution and along with this plan.
Excellent.
And no offense, but Wilson isn't amiable. He's pug ugly to boot, and he might scare the customers off.
Williamson is a charmer at heart, everybody.
He
Okay,
is.
he may have some ill-begotten features,
He is but fugly.
but he is a great conversationist, and
He is not.
a charmer.
No, he is not.
No. Loath as I am to agree with my brother, Wilson is not suitable to run this bar.
Well, you've never been stuck in a bottle with him for 4 hours.
I don't
As
want to be stuck in a bottle with any of
As
you.
you're saying this, Jeff, she adjusts herself ever so slightly in the corset top that she is wearing, emboldening certain features as she stares at you.
Jeff,
I'm fairly certain this would attract more customers.
Jeff is gonna look at her, and his jaw is gonna like drop like a Looney Tunes character, and he's gonna be like, "Well, hot damn! I do believe a young woman with some tig old bitties might do a little bit better than Williamson. You know, I swear, I don't like her favors. You know, I prefer the women doing favors for me, if you know what I mean, and catch my drift.
You are so sexist, dude. That is not how you treat someone of the fairer sex.
You see, as I say, I can find you a fairly modest partner, shall we say, in this town for your jovial wishes. But we'll leave those behind closed curtains. Fair deal? For you, Jeff?
Well, I won't say nothing, but I will take my leave, and he's gonna he's gonna pull out a bottle, and he's going to uncork it, and you're just gonna see Jeff being sucked into the top of this bottle, and it being recorked.
I'm going to quickly run over, grab the bottle, run down to the cellar, and hide it amongst all the other bottles down there.
I'm gonna shout after you as you do that and be like, "Can you just quickly dip that in wax so that he can't get out?"
Noted.
Thank you.
I'm also
Alright,
going to
well,
dip it in wax to seal it.
this is where Jeff stays for the remainder of the campaign,
This
I
campaign.
suppose.
Hey, at least he can't die now.
Well, with that being
Jeff can only
said,
stay there for 4 hours.
with that being said and done, Lillian looks around the bar, looks over at the rest of you. What say the rest of you, hey? You up for it? Not in
Don't
that
have
way.
any other alternatives.
I come back up from the cellar. Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Awesome. Then I think we have an accord, as they say. And she gives you the most beautiful smile you've ever seen.
That's terrifying.
I'm sorry, that doesn't work on me. You're missing quite a few nuts and bolts.
She laughs ever so slightly.
I'm gonna summon Williamson.
From inside the genie bottle?
Yeah, I'm sure Williamson could figure out how to get out.
I don't think he can, but okay.
I think he can.
What's Williamson's strength modifier?
He's an imp. I think that's
He's an
strong.
imp.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Does he have any teleportation abilities?
Also don't know. I have to find the.
Well,
Find the
that
stat
brings
block
the
for it.
question. Yes, he is summoning it, but he doesn't get to bring anyone else inside the bottle until later on in levels. It can only be himself. Would he be summoning it outside or inside?
I've accidentally killed a character.
Suffocated him.
No,
Well, I
he
won't
can live
die in
out
there.
fine. He can't die in there. He always has food. It's a safe place. Great
Oh,
Yep.
well, that's boring.
temperature and all. So yeah, he's perfectly fine inside the bottle unless it gets broken. Then he'll have to replace it, and he will be shunted out of it as if nothing.
Oh, well, that's boring.
Yeah,
Ah,
And
he'll just
it's
have to
essentially just
recreate.
a good spot for me to have a short rest in.
I think it's not until like level 6 or 8 that he's able to bring others into the bottle with him.
I got kicked out after 4
Benefit
hours
from-
as well.
Yep, you do.
so we can't even Kobe the bottle.
You could break the bottle.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he'll be broken.
It's not
He'll
gonna
just
hurt
get
me.
out earlier.
Yeah.
But either way, you hide this bottle in the cellar. You try and seal it with wax, and you come
Can
back
we get a
upstairs.
sleight of hand? Can we get a sleight of hand for them sealing in wax?
We are actually going to get them a sleight of hand for trying to nab the bottle off you.
Well,
Okey-dokey.
Well, the bottle's just on the floor.
Yeah, it goes where he can't take it with him.
Right.
He just goes inside of it, and it's in his place.
Okay,
Roll
fair
a
enough.
22.
The bottle's just
'Cause
on
I
the
had-
floor.
I had
20
a character who had
A 24 on the...
No, 22.
Oh, 22.
that's unfortunate.
I had a
Yeah.
character who has one, and his is a ring with a compartment in it.
Oh, geez,
his
that
ring
probably
will
means
just
that
fall.
Are you coating the whole bottle in wax?
No, just the neck of the bottle with the lid.
Okay, so I can still see out of it.
Do you have wax?
Do we
But
have
just
wax?
picturing
That's a
this
good
tiny
question.
little face as you dip it in wax.
Do
I
we-
have wax. I have sealing wax.
Don't give him wax, turtle. Make him have to steal it off of you.
For all
I
intents
have
and
wax for my forgery kit.
for all intent and purpose, we're just going to say you managed to seal the bottle and you place it down somewhere in the cellar. Lillian's aware of what you've just done. And she turns to the rest of you and is like, well, at least he's going to have a peaceful rest. I'll let him out later. And let him know where you've gone.
All right, but give the bottle a really good shake before you do.
I'm not that cruel. Despite my namesake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And kobolds fly.
My name, for the record, is Liliane de Cruel. And I am here to protect your arses when you fuck up. So there's my formal introduction. Seeing how you lot are quite rambunctious, I think I get a feeling of how you want this bar run. So I'm going to head out, and I'll be back. with various different supplies. By the way, a message for you all. James from the constabulary was looking for you. He said to meet him at the corner of Crossover Street in the south
Well, if you
of...
need any help lifting stuff, take Crag with you.
Very well. Now,
He's about to.
as you say this, and as you say this, he is Liliane. She is going to cast at will, I might add.
Poor Will.
She is going to cast Charm Person.
On who?
Who was it that took the bottle down?
Myself.
Hexlon.
Hexalon.
So,
Hexalon.
The rust bucket.
I'm going to need a wisdom save from you.
a wisdom save, certainly. 17.
17. As she casts Charm Person, you feel friendlier, calmer, less emotional towards Liliane, almost attracted somewhat, as she leans forward towards you. At the very least, your circuits are somewhat geared towards listening to her.
Speak.
Would you be a dear and go and fetch that bottle back?
Hmm.
And then
Did
she
my
leans
best.
back.
Oh yay!
I go down and find the bottle where I put it in the latrine.
Jeff.
You put it in the shitter.
Jeff is just hearing the clanking of a metal body around, and I'm like, "Ha ha! You bastard! Let me in on your stuff!" Nobody can hear him, but he was just shouting to himself.
I retrieve the bottle from the latrine and give it a damn good shake and then bring it upstairs to Liliane.
She takes one look at it, sees a couple of the drips. Oh, be a dear and wipe it clean for me.
Sure. I grab Jeff's coat and wipe it clean.
I don't have a coat out there.
No?
Everything on my person goes in with the bottle with me.
Oh. I just grab a cloth and clean it.
You better lick it clean too, metal boy.
She takes the bottle off of you, and she takes one look at you in the bottle, Jeff. She tucks it somewhere on her person and just leaves it there for a moment or two. It's a pleasant sight.
I don't actually think I can see anything out of the bottle. I was doing some reading, and
You should be able to.
You should be able
see
to
and hear things on the outside.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not.
If not, sucks to be you.
It's a fairly
For
pleasant
real.
sight, shall we say. And as she does so, she's holding the neck of the bottle and peeling off the wax that's sealing it. This was such a waste of good sealing wax. Please be
It's fine. He's got a
sparing
whole
with
vat
it.
of it out the back.
No, he hasn't.
You really are no fun. Lady Leandra.
Lillian.
I just turned to my brother and go, "Aren't you supposed to be a cop?"
I'm an ex-cop. I was
She
trying to
then,
punish him for his rude behaviour towards the lady.
she then
You know what? Maybe
pulls.
you ain't so bad.
She pulls the bottle out, puts it back on the table, and uncorks it.
Pop.
Up goes the weasel.
Jeff,
Yeah.
are you coming out?
Nah, I think I'll stay. I think I'll stay in the
In the
bottle. I might as
closet.
well.
What?
I already used it for my one long rest, so I might as well. But I will say, if I can see out of the bottle, then I should be able to summon a familiar.
Yep.
Outside of the bottle.
Well,
we
So I
can
am gonna.
transport Jeff
the
easily.
bottle's now uncorked anyway, so
Does that mean I have to leave the bottle or no? 'Cause I don't think so.
you don't have
I don't think
to.
you have to leave it.
Okay.
But it does mean that people can hear you now.
Ah, yes. Jeff is gonna shout, "Ixalan, you metal tin bastard! I'll get you for that."
Right, well,
Fair
Like,
enough.
sweetheart, thank you. That was a comfort after the horrors I had been exposed to.
good. Glad I can be of service.
Um, you just hear Jeff shouting, "From the mountains of hell to the fire breath of the underworld, I summon thee, Wilson!" He like claps his hands.
Oh, great! The rat's back.
Yeah. Well, if that's your choice of familiar. Anyway, moving on. James is looking for you. You'll find him on Crossover Street in the south of the city of Veridia. I would advise that you head there promptly.
Noted.
In the meantime, I believe I have a bar to get set up for you.
Yep, you do.
She turns and she looks around at the place, and despite everything that you've done, peppering the table again, she casts mending one more time. And then carries on.
Sorry, Jeff.
My
Looks like your table is going to be good as new.
What happened to character in these establishments out here? Wilson, can you be a
Wilson's on annual leave. Didn't you know?
Wilson's there. He's just ignoring you at the moment.
Wilson? Wilson, I need you to pick up the bottle and carry me where these fine fellows go. I don't really know where they're going, quite frankly.
I put the bottle in my satchel.
And keep it away from the big ugly tin bastard.
Too late, we're carrying you. Shut up and enjoy the journey.
With or without the cork. Actually, no,
I'll put the cork back.
it'll be without the cork because Lillian's still got it.
So I'm carrying him, and I've got to listen to him moaning about Wilson not answering him.
Wilson's following.
Yeah.
Wilson is listening, and Wilson is kind of answering. As every so often you see him try and go for the satchel and pull out the bottle so that he can carry it. Not successfully, mind. The satchel's just a bit too high, and his flying wings kind of gives him away as he tries to occasionally slip it out.
I am going to share
Beg your pardon?
senses with with Wilson.
You're going to do
while
what,
I'm in the
sorry?
bottle. I'm gonna share senses with Wilson.
Fair.
In the bottle.
Fair enough. So you get a good sense of everything that's going on outside and around whilst you're stuck in a satchel. But I take it you are all leaving, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, if the nice lady has some work for us to do, then I suppose we better head, really.
Jeff is going wherever Hexalon is going, I suppose.
Yeah, Jeff
Fair
doesn't
enough.
have a choice.
Jeff has no choice in the matter.
Yeah.
Well,
choice.
as you're all leaving, Lillian says one last set of words for you.
God.
I think you'll find that not having to go to the steam post for work will be a breath of fresh air. And she gives you a wink.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good. I don't want to go back there. That shit's boring.
She gives you all a smile and a wave as you all leave. And she starts looking at what she needs to purchase on behalf of the establishment for you all.
I want to say, as we're walking, I'm going to be just somewhat looking around for any kind of thing that I could possibly use as a temporary dead drop that my character usually does for
Okay, give me a general
some
perception check then for all of this.
maybe like loose 10, but essentially loose bricks in a wall or old pipes and such like that.
Hmm.
But probably not going to find anything with that roll.
On a 10, I mean, other than like pretty obvious dead drop spots, like stuff that's like, oh, maybe behind the bins, that sort of thing, nothing really stands out for you. At this moment in time, anyway.
And he definitely wouldn't go for the full-on obvious spots.
Yeah. The streets are filled with fog and smog coming from the Emberglass district as the foundries are whirring away busily, creating various noises that ring out through the town every so often. The heat from underneath the streets keeping the cold at bay and off your feet. As the steam vents let loose every so often, you feel that the pressure under the city, almost like it's breathing as you travel these cobblestone streets. It is just a picture of copper pipes running from building to building, stone and brick masonry here and there with the occasional truss running over the top of the street looking, and if you look up you can literally see the underside of the floorboards of the building where it's just been built on top of. You can see all the different features that make this city what it is. The architecture, the design, the deliberate mechanical constructs, various cogs and things that whir and tick and grind together as you're passing through. But eventually you come through and out into a quieter area. Less people here. Streets may be a little bit smoother, but still that typical cobblestone feel underfoot. If this were anywhere else, you probably would pay it a bit more heed. But this is Veridia. You see a few automatons wandering past, doing their duties, holding some very clearly, obviously painted on slapdash constabulary signs as you're entering an area where the grey mantles tend to operate most handedly. And it's at the corner you spot him, standing there alone, with his grey cloak around him, around his neck, down to his waist, as he stands about 5'8", maybe 5'9" tall, wearing highly polished boots and the standard sort of uniform that the Grey Mantles would wear. That not quite a three-piece suit, but close enough for government work. And he's standing on the corner in front of a lamppost that, for this time of day, you know shouldn't be lit. But it is.
Excellent. You want to take this one?
Certainly. James, you called for us?
Good timing, good timing, good timing. And good tidings as well, I should say. How are you all on this wonderful day?
You are far too cheerful for this city.
Let's just cut to the chase. What do you need?
There's a few oddities that I've been noticing. And I'd like to ask you to help me out with this, if you don't mind.
Depends. What's the oddities that you've been noticing?
He looks up at the lamppost to direct your gaze that way. The one that's lit, the one with the brand new from the foundry ember glass, marked by the lantern rights lamppost. Thick, iron, chunky, all the way up, with a couple of rods that stick out either side like it would on a mast of a ship. And then towards the top, it bowls out and into the lantern lamp itself, where the lamplight is on and it is lit and shining down over every single one of you.
Can I have a look at the lamp to see if I can notice anything odd about it?
Well, the obvious odd thing is the fact that it's still on, and it's just gone the middle of the day.
And is there any spot where the light isn't on? Like where, like if I was to, Severn was to try to stay out of the light. Is there a spot that isn't too far away?
If you are trying to stay out of the light, I would like you to roll a investigation check for me.
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
Oh, 13.
Nope, that's intimidation.
That's investigation. No, that was.
I rolled intimidation. I accidentally hit the wrong thing.
No, it was delayed coming through to me.
Now it's a 2. Nope, sorry, 3.
On a 3, you can't see anywhere. This street is fairly open, to be fair, and Crossover Street, where you're meeting, is right on the crossroads, hence its name. And because of how open this area is, there isn't really anywhere that the light from this doesn't shine that you can see that's within a reasonable distance.
So by looking at the upgraded lamppost, it looks like they've added something to maximize the brightness of the light.
Indeed.
To give it a lighter range.
So Hexalon, there was an investigation check for you of a 13.
That's correct.
As you are studying this lamppost, you see at the base of it some markings, standard insignia of the Lantern Rites. They're stamped into it and ready to go. As you continue looking up, you see the other markings. Nothing noticeable really, just more patterning more than anything else, with some slight gilding here and there at various points, which appear to be decorative more than anything else. And then you get to the lamp itself. The bowl that it sits in is transparent glass, so the lights can easily peer through it without any issues. The lamp itself is lit, and this one is not working off of what used to be the methane vents from underneath the city from the sewers. This one appears to be working independently of the source of methane under the city from the sewers. But other than that, you can't see or work out anything else other than the stamp of the Emberglass Foundry and the stamp of the Lantern Rites. The Emberglass Foundry being on the actual lamp, it's on the bowl of the lamp.
So you're worried about the lamps in the city?
He just nods and then motions for you all to follow him.
I follow him.
Yeah, I suppose we better add.
He takes you a little further down Crossover Street and into and you step in front of almost a very, very nondescript building. There's a couple of like copper pipes that run around the outside of it, a couple of vents sort of either side of the home of this building, and he pulls out his chain and ring of keys that he's carrying, and he flips through them. For the untrained eye, they almost all look identical to an extent, but he stops at one of them, flicks it over, pulls out the next one, and puts the key into this rather old-looking, not quite rotten through, but it looks like it might as well be a rotten front door of this building. You hear the click of a bolt being undone, and you hear its drawing across wood. You hear a slight crack as it hits the end of its turn, and he basically half boots the door open, pushing it firmly with his boot. And he motions for you all to join him inside as he steps in, looks around, and finds a suitable spot to sit.
I do walk in, but as soon as I do, I'm sort of looking around, trying to sort of suss out a potential escape route, because I don't tend to really trust anyone.
Essentially, the door you just came in. The
Fabulous.
walls
Well,
here are
that's a bit
quite...
annoying.
It's quite a compact, small-ish space. It actually seems smaller on the inside than it does on the outside. But that's mostly due to things like the books and the stacks of books on shelves and the paperwork and files and God knows what else that's laying here running about. You see an ink pot on a desk. It's like those old-fashioned school desks that lift up with the drawer inside with various bits that can be stored there for books and God knows papers and pens and quills and what have you. There's a couple of chairs, but not many. And then there's a set of stairs that leads up almost directly in front of the doorway that you're stepping in. And he motions for you to sort of find a place.
I see they're still not paying you well enough to get a decent property then.
They never have paid us enough. Never have.
That is true.
But welcome to my office, shall we say. As you're looking around, who wants to be a bit nosy?
Yeah, Verax will.
Definitely would be scanning around. If anything caught interest, I definitely would.
Okay, give
Try
me
little
perception
better.
checks then.
Damn it.
I would be
I also have a
commanding
slight
Wilson
idea.
to be perceptive.
Okay, give me your perception check as well then. So 9.
Okay, Wilson
Hold.
doesn't see anything.
No fucking way.
Wow.
I gave Wilson 2 commands. One was to go and I want him to go invisible, and I was asking him to look around. But more importantly, I was also asking him to just start punching Hexalon's leg every now and then. And Wilson, after going invis, he's way too engrossed in punching Hexalon's leg.
Punching Hexalon's
gonna
leg
hurt.
will break invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
That's
He
okay.
gets to do it invisible once.
It's okay.
Oh shit!
Actually, I don't think it
now.
does, because invisibility is amazing.
No, it would break his
Oh yeah,
invisibility.
okay, it does.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's okay.
So he's probably not going to punch Hexalon's leg until the very last moment.
I'll have him lick Hexalon's leg instead.
Ah,
Maybe dump some
that's
water on
gross.
it. Maybe dump some water
That's
on it.
better than licking it.
I want to get his leg all rusty.
It's gonna take
Ew.
more than a bucket of water.
Well,
So
Wilson's gonna make do with what he has.
for Wilson, that's going to be an investigation check. But for the rest of you, with your roles, other than the papers, the paperwork and files that's out on the front with various confidential stamps on them, nothing really seems to claim your eyes and your attention. Oh my god.
Can I use a luck point for Wilson?
I'm not sure that's allowed.
It's the luck
It doesn't
feet
say
is
it's
only tied
not
to
allowed.
yourself.
Yeah, I agree. It only applies to yourself. It doesn't apply to your imp.
Heroic
we-
inspirations could possibly pass along, but luck
Yeah.
points can't.
Heroic inspirations can be, but luck points can't.
Well, bother.
So, what have you brought us here for, James? Obviously, something you couldn't tell us on the street.
I need to resolve a problem first before we get into James. Jeff, Wilson is chaotic. He is an evil little fugly imp.
I don't speak about Wilson like that. He's beautiful.
It's true.
And he
Yeah.
is basically trying to look at various things whilst invisible, trying to see if there's anything of interest. But instead of actually finding things, not only does he get distracted by a couple of very shiny little fireflies in a jar, but he knocks the table that it's standing on. And it falls to the ground. The jar smashes. The fireflies escape. Wilson, bemused by this and still invisible, is attempting to catch the fireflies and eat them.
What would it take for me to reach out and grab Wilson by the scruff of the neck?
You can't see him, he's invisible, so first of all you need to do a really, really good perception roll versus Wilson's stealth.
Okay. Well, let me see what.
Yeah, that fails.
Hang on. Let me heroic inspiration that perception check.
Go for it.
Cannot inspiration.
Okay.
Okay.
He's
What?
activated. Oh my god! Activated his night vision.
I would wager that he probably sees Wilson somehow.
Oh yeah, he can tell exactly where Wilson is by the outline and the fact that behind him things are slightly blurry. It's not. It's extremely obvious to Hexalon where he is. What would you like to do?
I'm going to reach out to most people watching. It looks like I'm just reaching out into thin air, but I'm going to reach out and grab Wilson by the scruff of the neck. And I'm going to put him very close, and I'm going to whisper, "Behave, or else."
Roll a persuasion check for Wilson.
Joe, you're just gonna hear a tiny voice coming from his satchel. Unhand my imp, you son of a metal bitch!
The imp looks at you. For a moment, he seems to calm down. Slightly. James looks up at this and looks at you all. Well, it does seem that there is one missing.
Oh no, he's just in a bottle in my satchel.
Can he hear us?
Yeah, he can hear us.
Good. Get out of your bottle. I need to speak to you face to face.
Jeff is gonna command Wilson to try and reach inside of Hexalon's satchel and pull out the bottle.
He reaches in and pulls out the bottle.
Wouldn't he be still in my hand?
Yeah, but isn't your satchel close to you?
Yep, it is. He can reach it.
Well, I'd have the statue on the other side of myself. So
DM
I've got
said
him
he
with
could
my
reach
left
it.
hand.
DM
I've
said
got
he
him
could
in my
reach it.
left hand, and the satchel's on my right hand side.
He can reach it. We're just going to say that he can reach it, and he can take out that bottle if he tried, which he's going to have to do. But for the sake of the continuation of this point of the story, we're going to just say that he gets the bottle out. You've let go of the imp. He gets the bottle out and puts it on the table in front of James. Well, at least I can see you.
If anyone is peering into the bottle, Jeff right now is shoving chocolate cake down his throat.
As unpleasant as this is. I'm here. I've called you all here for a reason. That would be the fact that there is a certain amount of problems occurring of late, and your incident, well, unfortunately I have to file something. So, I'd like to hear your stories first. And he begins to take note of what you are telling him. My question to you is, for the sake of brevity here, do you tell him the truth, or are you going to try and lie
About what?
about what
The
happened?
tentacle.
What happened with the tendril?
I think we'd probably tell him a heavily annotated version.
So the suspect was the kobolds, and you investigated this lead. You followed a trolley down the tunnels and descended into the kobold territory, where it was promptly put to one side, and this body was moved further in to neutral ground in the tunnels, correct?
Yes and no.
Well, from here it gets a bit iffy. So, my understanding is that upon discovering this body, two different factions, the Horde and Horn kobolds and the Palapala Mortuary vampires, met on the neutral ground. There wasn't an incident, but there was an partial agreement of a truce, you say?
A temporary appeasement.
Ah, good. And then you say that you weren't certain of the reason for this body, and you thought that something moved and you shot it. You then realised you were mistaken, and the Grey Mental Constabulary then retrieved this body to be examined, correct?
Partially.
Okay,
That sounds about right to me.
that's what I would gather from the heavily obfuscated truth that you're telling them. That you're telling James. The annotated truth.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, well, I have your side of the story, and I must admit, it is a nice clean one. So, thank you for your consideration there. He signs off on the paper. He looks at all of you. I don't suppose any one of you would agree to signing off on this? As he pushes the paper forward.
Jeff is going to command Wilson to grab a pen and sign the paper.
Which is just as well, because Virax ain't signing shit.
Fair enough. Wilson's
going to sign it in Wilson's name, though.
Wilson looks at it and signs it. Although he puts his name on there, he puts Wilson and the Clockwork Cadaver as the signature.
Bro, scratch that out and just put your own name, Jeff.
And then pushes the paper back to James. James looks at it, picks it up, puts it into a neat little folder, and then puts that up on a shelf. And you read the label of the shelf that he puts it up on. Misunderstandings.
Very organised.
Well, as you can see with my caseloads that I have here, I do have to be organised. I've actually got another office which is twice as big as this one that I use as a warehouse for all my other filed documents. And this is just my current workload, unfortunately. Cases that need to be looked at, cases that need to be managed, things that need to be organised or dealt with. Open cases, cold cases, various things of interest I could pull from. Maybe even get you to have a look at on occasions if you wanted. Some of our cold cases. That could be quite entertaining. Seeing if you can dig up old information and historical facts, find out what happened.
The pay's all right.
Well, that depends. Of course, the colder the case, the better the pay, but can't give you all of them to do. Then it'd just make me look bad. They'd also wonder where I was getting the money from. So, unfortunately, it would be few and far between, as I would have to pay you out of my own wages, and, well, I can't really promise you that my wage is consistent day to day.
That's fair.
But I'm happy to offer you a couple to look into for when you've got some downtime, maybe. Now for the real reason. Yeah. And he just nods. Now for the real reason why we're here. As I alluded to earlier, someone has changed several of the lamps. The lantern rats, we all know that. Has changed several of the lamps in this area. They are now recording a lot more information in its light. I have proof of this because someone sent me this. And he pulls out a small... It appears to be like a flat, blank piece of slate. But it's kind of L-shaped. And on the bottom plate is what appears to be a small gramophone-like instrument that is attached to what appears to be a rather brittle disc of some kind. And what appears to be a small crystal structure that's also attached to where the end of this disc is. Looking at the disc, it's formed of a very, very, very fine, very thin bit of glass over the top. And underneath is like a... You remember how vinyl records used to be made with Bakelite?
Mm-hmm.
It's basically that. But
I'm
dotted...
not that old.
It's basically very, very similar to a vinyl record, except it's interspersed with crystal structures that are woven within it. And he puts it down on the table, puts the small record disc in it, lowers the case over the top, covering the disc. And you see, as he turns it on, that there is a thin beam from one crystal that then bounces off of the spinning vinyl disc, the vinyl crystalline disc, and is then reflected and refracted out into a crystal that then projects onto the black slate behind it. And as it does so, you can also hear sound coming from the gramophone that is attached. And you see an image, one from this morning, outside the Pala Parla Mortuary building itself. You see a group of kobolds, and you see a party, and you see what their actions were. You see one of the party members from the Black Honey Meadery kneel down and basically try and keep and succeed in keeping the horses from bolting. You see another being trying to calm the crowds, and it's short bursts of visual imagery, but mostly the recorded sound. And you see someone else throwing up crystals into the air to try and apparently distract the kobold crowds, who are going, "Oh, shinies," essentially. And you see something invisible grab one of the crystals and throw it towards the body of a kobold on the carriage with an open casket. And you see from that moment the recording captures something coming from the body into the crystal. Now, bearing in mind these recordings are more or less black and white. Black and white with shadows. They're rough around the edges, so it's hard to make out the detail of what transferred from the body to the crystal. But you can see it happen. And the crystal changes in the image from the dull blackish colour that it was to something slightly less blackish, and then falls to the ground to get picked up by Don John. No, it wasn't Don John. It was picked up.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
Yeah,
It was picked up by Elric. And then the recording cuts.
Well, at least we know the drow lady was talking the truth.
I'm quite concerned about these new lights in the city. As you can see, they can capture quite a bit of detail. Thankfully, it's a little fuzzy around the edges, so in some cases, plausible deniability could be had. However, there's two things that interest me. First of all, we need to keep this record quiet. This, I fear, is probably but just a copy of what happened, not the real image, not the actual recording. The other thing that concerns me is that was a rather fortunate event. Something invisible, changing the direction and velocity of a crystal. Still don't know what it was. That we will never find, because seemingly there are some things that even the lanterns can't capture. I want to know what it was. The reason I want to know what it was is because if it's of a benefit to us to have something of that nature on our team, it means we can do some more work in the communities, finding out what's going on, where the crimes are, following, stalking, that sort of thing. So we'd like to find out what that thing was that was invisible, so that I can hire it. Because it seems to be the only thing that can actually get around these recordings. So one is a favour, that being find out what that was. The other is, should we call it a heist? A officially sanctioned by the Grey Mantle Constabulary heist.
Fair enough.
What's the target then?
The target is the Lantern Rights. They seem to have a surveillance network, as it were, with these new lights that they are installing at a rather rapid rate, and I don't like it. It means that they will hold more power, and it will upset a very fine, delicate balance in this town.
I assumed they were the mark. I was meaning, what are we going to get from them?
Oh, I see. Well, if you don't get anything else, I want this recording. You don't have to bring the recording to me, the original. You can bring it broken if you prefer.
Severin was basically leaning back against the wall the whole time, and he's going to walk over and mind if I take a closer look at the recording?
Of course you can. And he sets this fine needle-like laser crystal-like thing. He resets it.
He's going to take it out of the whole device and all that, and just essentially take the disc itself. About how big would you say it would be?
Looking at it, it would be about the same size as a CD or DVD.
Okay, so it theoretically can hold it kind of in one hand and all, but yeah, he's going to essentially look it over. Simple crystalline structure, polywoven, tricky process. I could probably reproduce some of these, so they're not going to hold up on closer investigation. If I use this as a base, I could probably make a copy and it'd just be a blank piece, but yeah, with time, you probably do that. Switch a blank out for the original. Unless they decide to use it, they'll never know.
That's very true. As for how this is going to be recreated or made blank, well, I'll leave that for you to figure out, I guess.
Do it crudely. Make a mold out of this one, and then just find someone who can get me some.
You're an artificer. Are you an artificer?
No, shadow sorcerer, but I'm
Okay.
using. I have the forgery kit and all that, so my thinking is I could probably find someone who has who's able to melt some glass and just pour it into the mold, and then it would just adhere to any design from the thing itself.
Okay. I would like you to roll me a.
Essentially, like taking a key and putting it into wax, and then melting some liquid metal or something into it to make into the imprint of the key.
Yeah.
Is what I was thinking of.
Yeah. I would like you to make me an intelligence check. I'll let you do this against your investigation.
So roll intelligence check.
Or roll an investigation check, yeah.
Either one's going to be. The results are going to be the same essentially. Just depends on the roll. Dirty 20.
Okay. On a dirty 20, you figure out pretty quickly that it is the crystalline structure itself is what makes up the recording, and that this disc has basically been pressed from another. So there is a master disc somewhere. You would also know that the more copies that you make, and copies of copies, etc., is going to distort the imagery more and more and more until it becomes unusable as any form of evidence in anything. But you also know and realize that you could potentially make a blank copy of a disc, but you'd have to work out how to ensure that the right type of crystal was used. And as you're looking at it with that dirty 20, you realize that the type of crystalline structure that has been used on this was more of a residue that's been melted into the mold. And as it's been melted, sort of melted down, made molten, mixed with this sort of Bakelite like disc, and then reset and reformed. And as it's done so, as it's setting to imprint on a master disc of this nature, the recorded light would have to be essentially flashed onto it at just the right moment for it to set into what is essentially like in the same way that you would set resin, it has to set. This has to do the same, but to imprint it, it has to be done at the right moment. And if you want it blank, you just have to make sure it sets in a dark place. But if you wanted to print something onto it later, you probably couldn't. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, you
I'm
did.
here. I'm here.
Yeah. Did you get all
Yeah,
that?
I'm still here. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't know their workings on how they do it too much, but I feel probably more than I can do with just self. But I feel I can probably do just a simple copy. Well, just to look as if it is. Any physical checks could probably be noticed.
Wonderful. Well, I've got Another small problem in the meantime. This one's the personal favour. There's a building maybe 2-3 blocks down the road from here. It's one of ours, Grey Mantles, but it's a filing warehouse, essentially. Here's the key. Could you take this recording and place it amongst the various knickknacks and files that are in there? Make sure this one's lost.
Will there be anybody at the warehouse?
No, it should be empty.
Right.
There might be 1 or 2 automatons, but otherwise it'll be empty.
As long as it's safe to do, I'm sure we could do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can make things vanish if need be. It won't be too hard.
Yeah, it's one of those warehouses, as it were, where things get laid to rest. So you'll probably find quite a lot of interesting tidbits in there, as they say. But I promise you, most of it's just boring paperwork. Most of it filtered, filed under something or other, closed cases, nothing really too much of interest. Missing children, the great fires that we've had, those sorts of reports where we've closed the cases off and buried it. But unfortunately, the city council wants us to keep the paperwork for, somewhat of 7 years before it's turfed out and destroyed, burnt, or gotten rid of. But yes, if this could be buried maybe around the 5-6 year mark, that would be pretty good. Close enough for it to be burnt, long enough that it won't be gotten rid of too soon and noticed too quickly, especially with the current tensions between factions. And he hands you a key to the building.
I'm gonna take the key and the disc and slip them both into the inside coat pocket.
Mm-hmm. If you'd be so kind, that would be greatly appreciated.
Anything else?
I believe there's a couple of friends of mine that have been looking for a new haunt and a new bar. Can you recommend anywhere?
Yeah, try the Clockwork Cadaver. It's a really good establishment. It's better than that Black Honey Meadery.
I will bear that in mind and guide them in that direction. Hopefully you're open and can expect some company tonight.
We should be.
Wonderful. They do like to.
Made himself into a chocolate cake coma. Think we should leave him in the warehouse as well?
Yeah, probably around the 7-year mark.
Let's make it 8 just in case.
Oh God. They really don't like you, Jeff.
How much time has passed so far?
I would
he's-
say it's been about 2.5 hours, give or take.
2.5
He
hours.
said he was stuffing his face with chocolate cake, so
I
yeah.
was indeed stuffing my face with chocolate
So
cake.
I assumed he put himself into a chocolate cake coma.
Yeah, we could Toby the bottle across the warehouse and see where it lands.
So you'll have to retrieve it from Wilson. Wilson has now had the bottle back in his possession and
Williamson,
gone
would you please
invisible.
hand me that bottle?
Shakes his head. Nope,
I ain't gonna break it. I want to take a look.
nope. Continues shaking
I
his
figured
head.
things.
And at this
I
point
figured-
in time, he's actually got one of his, well, two of his thumb and finger in the neck of the bottle, like through the hole of it, trying to almost act like it's corking it.
I figured if I actually said his actual name, that might help out a little bit.
Oh, it did. It
Instead of just
definitely
calling
got a
him
response.
Wilson.
It definitely got a response from him. But his response was to shake his head.
Yeah, if you hadn't used his real name, he just would have ignored you outright.
Jeff is gonna communicate with Wilson, and he's gonna say, "Wilson, my friend, you are a hero and a king to all imps." And he's gonna like try and pass up a steak from his table of food.
I feel like as an imp, he probably wouldn't eat a steak. He'd try to like eat a baby or something.
Oh,
It's like close.
You
enough.
can't tell me I'm wrong. You really can't.
It's close
no,
enough.
true, but to voice it.
Well, what can I say? Sometimes the weird thoughts come out.
Yep, you pass him up the stake, and he basically starts swinging it in his fingers, and a few times it comes close to knocking you on the head or knocking your hat off if you were wearing one. And then he drops it, and very intentionally dropping it to try and drop it on top of you, on your head.
You know, Wilson, that's mighty rude of you. I feel as if you may have done that on purpose. But you know, I'll forgive you, my friend.
Can't see you with through me fingers, so I don't know where it landed. Sorry.
Even Wilson doesn't like Jeff.
Oh no, he does. He does.
Yeah, Jeff's my buddy. Or
He
Wilson's
likes
my
Jeff. He
buddy.
just doesn't respect Jeff.
Yet.
there's a difference.
The key word in that sentence is yet.
To be fair, Jeff does call him out for the dumbest shit.
Yep. But with that,
Let's make our way to the warehouse.
James offers you the directions and points you down the road, and just as he said, is literally a couple of blocks away. Maybe another 15-20 minute walk to get there at most. But you arrive outside the building, and it looks once again very run down. Standing outside a door, more like a set of double doors, which has a grey mantle constabulary stamp across the middle of it that splits when the doors would open. It is slightly reinforced, with this door to prevent or to attempt to prevent people from breaking it down. But the building itself is old, made of wood with a stone foundation. But other than that, not much else really can be described from the front of this building, sandwiched between two others that are taller than it. The copper piping of the streets, the vents and all of that sort of thing seem to run down off of the buildings either side of this one and into the streets below, underground. The vents that are out the front of this building seems to be still and quiet compared to the others down this road, as if this place has been turned off and disconnected somewhat. You can see various other pipes that are on this building, but they're not connected to anything. They lead nowhere. And as you look up to where the roof of this building is, there's a slight overhang on it, but it is very, very bland and very run down, with sort of wooden beams maybe halfway up that might be acting as a support for the for the wall that's currently standing.
Lyrics, you're used to breaking into buildings. I leave this to your expertise.
Why? And Severin's just going to pull out the key that they were given and unlock the door.
Thank God for that.
That's exactly why I didn't instantly reply.
Well, I was
like,
just thinking there might have been an alarm or
He's
something.
just, as he hears
Nah.
Hexalon do that, Severin's just going to reach into his inside coat pocket, pull out the key, unlock it, put the key back into his pocket, and step aside and go, "After you, Hexalon."
No, you first.
As
No,
you
no.
turn the key,
You first. You've got more.
you feel as you turn the key 5 distinct clicks. First click, second click, third. On the third click, you feel something slide backwards on this mechanism that's built into this door. Fourth click, and then the fifth. And as you hear the fifth click, you then hear something drop from the top of the door into the frame of this door. And the door itself, this double door, swings outwards, ever so slightly opening as you step back. It's not fully open, it's just cracked open.
Like I said, after you.
I'll walk into the building.
Excellent. As you walk into the building, let me just pull up my description. As you pull up into the building, and as you all step in, essentially, you see that this isn't like any other sort of office. This is more like an office that really shouldn't exist. It's one of those places where things go to get buried. And where you're at the moment is in what appears to be like a small lobby area a waiting room as such. Couple of seats against the walls, a desk that's long since abandoned, layers of dust thick. We're talking like half-inch thick that lays undisturbed on top of it. There is a couple of sets of tracks that lead in and out from this room to various different doors. And the room itself is quite long with a stone floor.
Okay.
And as you continue to move, you start to notice various files, bits of paper that have been dropped and scattered across the floor. You notice books and ledgers that have been put to one side. You notice all sorts of different trinkets, like maybe the odd bit of jewellery here and there. Nothing valuable. Anything that was valuable in that jewellery has long since been pried out and probably sold and moved through various different markets at some point in its time. But each door is neatly labelled Year 1, Year 2, Year 3, and so on, all the way up to Year 12.
Where did he say we had to leave it again?
Around between at least around 5 or 7
Hmm.
within that area.
Let's put it in door 6.
Is that what you're doing? Heading towards the door?
Yeah, may as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
As
a
you
little bit terrified that this place is trapped for people that shouldn't be here.
Yeah, that's why I tried to get Virex to check it out.
I'm gonna have Wilson go
Yeah.
invisible.
Wilson turns invisible, fine. All anyone can see is this bottle being carried by something
so
invisible
terrifying.
and is floating along, essentially.
I would counter with all equipment that the imp is carrying also turns invisible with it.
Technically, that is the ruling, but you are not equipment. So essentially, then, the bottle turns invisible, but you are
So-
this tiny version of you is seen seemingly sitting on something in thin air, floating along.
Are you still like huffing down chocolate cake at this point?
I think I've moved on to fried chicken. I'm like at like
So
making fried chicken.
there's
Can
this
I
tiny Jeff that's just devouring a rotisserie chicken in midair.
Yeah. Can I ask you to roll me a Constitution save, please?
Yeah. Hey, you guys better be glad that Jeff didn't decide to take a shower.
Oh God!
No.
Pretty sure there wouldn't be
Oh
much
look,
to see.
it's really tiny Jeff.
12 on the con save.
12 on the con save. Yeah, you are feeling your limit at this point, and anything else that you eat from now is going to incur the wrath of repetition.
Oh, that's gross.
Oh.
I would advise you stop eating.
You just see Jeff stand up
You ain't never met a Texan.
Sitting in the middle of the air, rub his stomach, and then walk over and like lay down on some invisible
Bed.
bed couch
I'm
thing.
surprised that he
They
doesn't make himself throw up so that he can then continue eating.
Oh, Jeff's not disgusting.
Excellent.
Jeff is a
Work for the Romans.
civilized
Yes, he is.
man. Jeff is a
So-
civilized man.
With this visage of Jeff, a tiny Jeff, laying flat essentially on something with his head slightly propped up, floating
Food
down
baby.
floating in thin air as you approach
It's so dumb.
as you approach the door marked and labelled as year 6. I would like everyone to roll perception checks if they're trying to pay and look for anything in particular. Or hear anything.
Oh yeah,
or
we're
see.
I'll be checking out.
Well, I got a 16.
16.
I got 2.
Oh God.
I don't notice shit.
That's
I got a
2 with
19. There's
that's a 2 with a nat 1, by the way.
oof, yeah. I got a 19, and the things I'd definitely be looking out for is unbroken wax seals.
Footprints.
You don't see footprints as such, it's more automaton tracks moving back and forth up and down this corridor that you would notice.
Essential things that I can.
So, with that being said, and your perception checks coming in, who rolled above an 18? Severin.
I did.
Not me.
You listening intently and trying to keep an eye on everything, looking around and keeping your guard up somewhat. You hear the sound of automatons behind the door marked year 7, which is just opposite year 6 door.
I hear some whirring and such over there.
Really? I don't hear shit.
Then you
Seems
hear
silent to me.
then you hear the thud. Something heavy hitting the floor.
Oh, that's what you hear.
That don't sound good.
Yep, definitely does not sound good.
Tiny Jeff, go check it out.
I love how that's canonically his name now, Tiny Jeff.
Jeff,
You're flying and technically can't be seen a lot of, so you have a better chance.
Jeff is gonna
Theoretically.
pick up his head and kind of like rub his eyes kind of sleepily, and he's gonna be like, "What?"
He has
check out-
stoner voice.
Go check out door 7. I think I heard some females giggling over there.
Oof.
Yeah, we heard
Okay,
something about
well,
naked women.
you heard him, Wilson. Bring me over to door 7.
You are carried over towards door number 7.
Love how now all we gotta do is just say, I think you hear some women over there and get Jeff to do what we need him to.
Well, I suppose we should investigate and Yeah, listen to the door. Make sure there's some ladies back there before we go in. I don't want to
They're buck
walk
naked.
into anything I'm not going to, that I don't want to.
You don't hear any ladies, but you are trying to listen through the glass walls of your bottle through the door.
Well, I was meaning
with-
Wilson. Listen through the door.
Right, okay. So, as a normal roll, then at that point, I would like another perception check from you.
Well, that's a nat 20.
Dang!
Damn.
He really wants to hear them ladies.
Yep, with the promise of ladies on the other side. What you hear instead of ladies, unfortunately, is the sound of a couple of automatons behind the door. It sounds like they are trying to drag something or move something that seems a little heavy. And every so often you hear this click, click, click. And for an automaton, this could be considered the worst thing that you could possibly hear. Correction required.
Oh, yeah.
Correction required. Containment breach logged.
Well, Wilson's invisible, so I'm just gonna command him to open the door, and
Wilson might be, we're not.
They're not, and nor are
Well-
you.
I'm just
Well,
going to
that's
draw
okay.
my pistol.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going. If we want to be unseen, I'm going to expend 2 sorcerer points and cast darkness on the floor in front of us, 15 feet sphere. We're in pitch darkness.
That's
Mhm.
great.
So
You're the only one
I
that can see.
I can see it.
Yeah.
So
Me
I'll
and
know
Verrington
something.
are blind. The
I will
two
say-
people with pistols.
You told me to check out what was behind door 7.
I think, wait.
I think we all know whose fault this is.
Wilson.
That's all Wilson's fault.
Don't you dare blame Wilson for this. This is Turtle's doing.
Damn Wilson.
You were in the
Wilson's
bottle.
fault.
You said there were women.
Yep, that's
and,
what he said.
Jeff has to check it out. Being a lady lover, Jeff has to check it out.
I'm going to since you just
He's
have
a
it waiting.
true-blooded Texan.
Yep.
If it comes to it, then yeah, that's what I'll do. Is I'll
Okay.
cast darkness.
The imp opens the door. Inside is another longer room filled with broken boxes, pipes, books, papers, a couple of broken and very old and rotten desks and chairs. But in the middle of it all, you see 4 automatons standing pretty much next to each other. And they seem to be blocking your line of sight as to what they are trying to focus on. One of them hears the creaking of the door, and you see and watch as the head of this automaton turns to look towards you all. And you hear it once more. Containment breach logged. Witnesses not authorized. Correction required.
Oh no.
These are grey mantle automaton units made of brass and half clockwork enforcers. You would know them, Hexalon, as being designed for restraint. They're normally clinical,
Okay.
and they will follow whatever directive they've been given. They're not intelligent, but they are capable of adjusting in order to help them complete the parameters of their directive.
All
They're
right,
a
I've got
much
this.
inferior. They're a much inferior model to what you were.
I've got this. I may have a terrible deception roll. I'm going to try and deceive them. I'm going to look at them and I'm going to say it very clearly. Stand down. Follow protocol Gamma 65 and go back to your charging base.
Okay, can you all see the map?
Yes.
Ooh, there's a map.
There is indeed.
Lovely. No account. Oh yeah. Okay. Here we go. I see the map.
So,
Map where?
It's in the stream.
it's on the stream. There are
I can see it.
four automatons hiding what appears to be a rather large body behind it. This body seems to be glowing purple, and it seems to be radiating out from it. Two of the automatons in front of you are essentially continuing to try and drag this body. But as they do so, it's just the body itself just seems to be falling apart, and more of this purple tendril-like entity just seems to be creeping out from the body, seeping into the earth beneath it. And you hear it once. You hear it once again. Containment breach logged. Witnesses not authorized. Correction required. Correction required. I would like you all to roll initiative, please.
Oh man.
Now I can see the map.
So I tried to do my deception not work then.
Nope. These have a clear directive, and they do not alter their protocols.
I did say I was going to be holding darkness.
Yep.
So can I cast that instead of on us? But I'm thinking that should be within 60 feet, correct?
Yep. Where
Essentially have it centered.
are you casting it?
I want to at least try to get some of them in it. I think it should be, let's see, 10, 15, be within 60 feet. So a 15-foot sphere. Trying to get as many of them as I can with that.
Is that 15-foot diameter or 15-foot radius?
It's a 15-foot sphere.
Right, okay, I need to make that smaller.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
60-foot range of casting, but a 15-foot sphere.
Would anyone be opposed to Wilson just shutting the door and we pretend like this never happened?
Go for it.
So I'm gonna try and command Wilson to just close the door.
Essentially, if there's like a pebble or a good little chunk of rock on the ground at their feet, that'd be what he'll focus it on, and it'll emit from that.
Does
Yeah,
that mean we can't actually see into the dark?
that's correct.
They also, if they aren't able to, they also wouldn't be able to see out. And I'm going to do it as my feat, so I'm going to expand 2 sorcery points. That way I can see into it. And if they
Mhm.
start moving, I can let y'all know.
Excellent. So, with that being done, you cast this 15-foot sphere of darkness, trying to grab and capture as many of them as you can. And you do. You manage to get almost all of them. A couple of them are sort of partially out on the edges. However, it is not long before whatever this purple entity is begins to seep through the darkness, and its tendrils seem to be finding spots now further out in the light and seeping once again into the earth and ground below.
That's not good.
And then there is a flash. A violet purple haze is emitted throughout this darkness. And the darkness is dispersed. So, with that,
All in favour of running, say aye.
Severin, what did you
yeah.
roll for your initiative? Sorry.
Oh, I forgot about that. Sorry. 15.
Excellent. I'm hoping that actually comes through on the thing, otherwise I'll just enter it manually. No, not happening, so I'll enter it manually. Perfect. So we are going to go into combat order. Top of the round is Virex Coil.
I don't want to. This thing is scary. I don't like it. Before I decide to attack, is everybody else planning to run on their turn? Or are you guys planning to stay and fight?
I was gonna close the door.
Yeah, I ain't fighting that. Oh, hell no.
Yep.
You know what?
The imp has closed the door.
Great. We still have to open it to then get back out. Looking at
Yes.
this map.
Yep.
Fabulous.
Well, we never entered the room.
We are in the room. Look at the map.
Yeah, but we never said we entered the room, though.
That's true, actually. We just said that we got Wilson to open the door.
Yeah, the door's just open. We never actually stepped foot into the room. That's why I closed the door. That's why I was saying I was going to command Wilson to close the
All
door.
in favor in me just dropping the record here and calling it done?
Yep, let's go.
Yeah,
I decide to run away. I am going to use my 30 feet of movement, and then I'm going to use I'm going to use dash to do an extra 30 feet of movement and run away.
That 60 feet of movement would get you to about where the desk is in the lobby.
Great. Well, that's
I'm
better than
close on
nothing.
his heels.
Set up this combat, made you this map for you to just run away.
Well, we know what you're like, and we don't trust you to not kill us.
They've got 30 hit points each. Come on.
I don't give a fuck.
It's
No
a fair
fucking
fight.
chance.
It is a
No
fair
chance.
fight.
Nope, I don't believe you.
They have more HP than I do.
Yeah.
What about the purple monster?
I'm more scared of the tentacles than the robots.
Yeah, the purple people eater.
Okay, well, if your choice is to shut the door and run, fine. You close the door and you all begin to run.
He sounds so disappointed. Why do I feel like he's got a reason for us to stay ready to go? There's going to be something waiting for us at the exit.
The
There's
door's not even
nothing.
there. You watch.
There is nothing waiting for you at the exit.
I don't believe you.
However, as
You
you
are a DM. It is your job to lie to us. I
He's a
don't
friendly
believe you.
neighborhood GM.
However, as you look back, as you leave this warehouse building and close the doors, you get a sense of something bursting through the doors from that room. With the automatons, you just hear a "No witnesses. Witnesses must be," and the crunching of gears as it's ripped open. "Containment breach, log," and it gets halfway through its sentence as once again it's ripped to pieces.
Oh, yay.
And now, why would you think we would stay?
For real. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I've already ran, so it's up to you lot what you're doing. I'm gone.
The Warforged
I'm
soldier.
behind you.
The Warforged soldier attempting to exit the room in order to deal with the intruders, i.e., yourselves, reaches out, gets to the door, and as he does so, something splits him near enough in half.
My God.
Oh God. I know.
Fucking, we've just spawned in Cthulhu.
No, it might seem like that, but I promise you, it's not Cthulhu. Jeff,
Lies.
what are you doing?
Yes. Wilson. Jeff's gonna command Wilson to turn tail and run after Virix. Well, more like fly because he'll be faster that way.
The imp does exactly as he's told.
For what?
The one and only time he will do as he's told.
The imp doesn't even want to stay.
The imp runs, leaving you behind.
The DM goes, even the imp runs away, and then he questions why we decided not to stay and fight.
If you'd stayed and fought, you would have only had to have dealt with the automatons. This is a consequence.
Nah, lies. You would have thrown this thing in regardless.
So
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
am I just there now in a bottle?
Yep.
The imp didn't bring me with.
Nope.
He slowly lowered down, set the bottle down. The bottle appeared, and then
Nope.
flew away.
The bottle is dropped.
Oh.
Oh no!
That's all right.
Oh.
It probably landed all the dust.
Does that mean I'm shattered?
Not quite yet.
You got one hit point left.
Yeah,
Okay.
if I'm
Well,
not mistaken,
to be fair, now
I'm
it
going
just
to
looks like a
roll.
random bottle.
I'm going to roll a d4. Odd.
Oh, we're
It-
screwed.
Odd, it breaks. Even, it doesn't.
If it doesn't break, then it just looks like a random bottle, and maybe nothing will hurt me.
It does not break.
See, now it just looks like an empty bottle, abandoned.
Yep.
Yeah,
That it does.
I don't
So-
think that's going to work the way you want it to, Brisky.
I hope not. I hope. Well, I'm not leaving this bottle until the last moment.
Okay.
Such a coward.
The Warforged's turn.
Which one?
This one. So, wrong selector. So that one got ripped in half. This one, 20, 25, 30. He is trying to get out of the door. I need to roll to self. He does not get struck by this thing. And he is going to dash out of the room and leave the combat area.
Even the automatons don't want to deal with this shit.
No, he is leaving
Can
this
you-
combat area because he is chasing after you because protocol witnesses.
DM.
Yes.
Can
he's
you
facing up.
open a door and dash at the same time?
Can you what? Can he?
Can you open a door and dash at the same
He's
time?
a Warforged automaton. He is going to essentially crash through it.
Okay.
The door left.
I just had to ask.
So
Try
he
and
is.
foil you.
He has tried. He has just basically crashed through it in his dash. Whereas normally it would be a deliberate opening of the door. This is. It knows there's a hallway behind it. It's just going to try and crash through, and it succeeds.
I need a strength saving throw from the door.
You're gonna need a door strength saving throw. What kind of door is it? Is it a wooden door or a metal
Yeah,
door?
it's just.
Mahogany, iron banded.
It's just a wooden door.
Cedar. What kind of wood? Oak,
It's boring.
cedar, pine.
It's just a wooden door, and if you want a strength saving throw from the door with a +0, it fails.
You don't know, it could have rolled a 20. You don't know.
He
Can you
crashes
imagine
through.
seeing a giant
make me
robot
very
just try
hardy
and crash
free.
through a door and then just like recoil back as the door's just like
As
no.
as it crashes through this door, you hear it turn around and call out, "Witnesses not authorized. Directive change. Eliminate witness."
Wants to exterminate us.
Thanks,
The-
Doctor.
The next Warforged in the room.
Eradicate. Eradicate.
He gets to 30 feet. And once again, this is a hidden roll.
Exfoliate. It's a gay Dalek.
You see something lash out and essentially tear this Warforge in half. Rip it to pieces and put it to the ground.
Got
The
a new
DM wanted
motherboard.
us to stay.
Yeah. No.
No chance.
How about no, you freaking a-hole?
The last Warforged is going to attempt to escape at this point
Good
and
idea. That is not gonna
succeeds
work. Oh damn.
in getting itself destroyed.
Ah, there we are.
That is not Cthulhu. Yeah, alright then.
Well, that was a really easy way to take out all the Warforges.
Oh no, there's still one.
Yeah.
Except for one.
There's still one that is chasing you.
Yeah, but that one will get destroyed soon.
Pish posh.
And as you all continue, we're going to leave the initiative order because you lot have kind of ruined it. Wonderful.
Hexalon and Virex have both initiated Hell No protocols.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jeff is still
We
in a
we might
bottle.
hate to admit it, but we are brothers, and so we do think alike.
And Jeff remains on the floor.
Poor Jeff's been abandoned.
Yeah, Jeff.
Okay, he's used to that.
Calling out.
Can I get
Whispering to
a
the Will.
dexterity saving throw with disadvantage, considering you're in the bottle?
Can I ask for what?
A dexterity saving throw from you with disadvantage.
Can I ask for why?
DM's getting angry. Just don't ask.
Because these Warforged are charging out through the door, and you are just in front of it.
Oh.
You manage to
I will.
you manage to roll your bottle out of the way.
Okay. Okay.
Jeff's gonna be like a hermit crab trying to crawl out of there.
But what you witness, Jeff, as the others have run and abandoned you, what you witness is this purple entity that seems to be of a void-like state as you look at it. It doesn't want to leave the confines of this room. And what you see is the body begin to turn to sludge. Very quickly disintegrating and dissolving into a sludge-like substance as the rest of this purple entity finds its way into the soil and the earth and the stone beneath it, seeping deeper into the city's underbelly and the depths. Where it is going, you have no idea. What it is
Probably
for.
where the other one went.
Yeah, quite probably. What it is for, you still have no clue as to what it is. But you know it's
I don't think it's what you thought it was.
You know it's a problem.
It's not our problem.
I was going to say, I don't really give a shit where it's going or what the fuck it is. I just want to get it as far away from me as possible.
Is there still like sludge from the body
Yes,
after the tentacle is gone?
there
Okay.
is. You also notice that
Where-
the amount of sludge that's left over is kind of left over in the same pattern as the body was. This body originally was about 7.5 foot tall.
Damn.
And it's now, I would say, coming up to 4 hours.
Has the automaton left my area?
The automaton that survived has left your area and is currently confused because its directive will not allow it outside of this building.
Oh, great. Okay.
Witnesses escaped.
I am going to do a little bit of a risky maneuver here. And I'm going to exit my bottle, pull out another bottle out of my backpack, and I am going to scoop up some of the sludge in that second bottle.
I thought you were going to say you were going to hide in that one.
No. I can't go back. You can't go back in a bottle anymore.
Okay, so you enter the room.
Bottleception.
This body is halfway in the room. The sludge of it, I should say. And it is pooling. You step in,
Ew.
and you can see that there are files, broken desks, all sorts. A couple of broken automatons laying around, spare parts, cogs, pipes, you name it. But this body is just laying there.
He wouldn't notice the body.
Body's hit the floor.
I'm still holding concentration on the darkness spell.
It was dispelled.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, by the tentacles.
Oh.
Big bright.
Yeah,
light.
I just didn't remove the remove the circle. But you step in.
I was thinking it used the darkness to spread out a bit more. That's why I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, it did. It actually allowed it to escape the confines of the body that it was currently contained in.
Oh.
And,
Man, we can just keep fucking shit up.
and it allowed it to escape quicker.
Yeah, but isn't that the definition of a D&D party, that they just fuck more and more shit up?
We seem to just keep fucking it all up there.
We need to change that from City of Truth to City of Horrors.
For
real.
That was going to be him tonight, Ian, because we fucked with lovely combat.
Say what?
I firmly believe this thing is Cthulhu, and you will not change my mind.
I'll let you believe that.
Yep.
I don't
Keep
think it's
it
what
there.
you told me it was, Stay Sky.
Cthulhu has tentacles.
No, I don't
and
think
this
it is either.
tentacles.
This has tendrils, not tentacles, please.
Cthulhu
That's the
comes
thing.
from the deep.
But I don't give a shit where he comes from. This shit ain't normal. So is Cthulhu,
This
and
is more of
you
it's
will
Cthulhu,
not change
'cause
my mind.
I
purple
might.
emoji.
What happens when I scoop up the sludge?
You scoop up the sludge. It's thick and it's really goopy, and it smells rotten. It is terrible. Like you want. If it weren't for the fact that you've got a full stomach, in fact, no. The fact that you've got full stomach, I really do want a Constitution saving throw here.
Can I just tell you no?
What, like you've tried to do to me
21.
in the past?
It's
You-
21.
For whatever that it's worth, this might be one of the worst things you've ever smelt. But you managed to hold yourself. You managed to hold yourself together as you scoop up this black, gooey, goopy substance.
I'm just gonna cork the bottle so I don't have to smell it anymore.
You cork the bottle, and you can see where it's kind of almost like it's burnt through small cracks in the stone floor.
So, is it doing anything to my bottle?
No, the black sludge isn't.
Okay. Cool. I am going to try and separate one of the heads from the automaton and walk out.
You separate a head from the automaton. It's not that hard. However, as you stand up to turn back to the door and walk out, you see the remaining automaton come back into the room. Containment breached. No recovery. Witnesses not authorized. I'm going to add that token back in.
I am going to respond with a deception here. I'm gonna hold the automaton head up to my face, and I'm gonna say, request for aid confirmed. Witnesses not allowed. Pursuit imminent.
Roll a deception check with disadvantage, please.
I'm gonna.
Oh God, no!
Oh, that's the same. I'm gonna burn 2 luck points here. One for the ages. That's a 10. Fuck.
ID not verified. Witnesses not authorized. I'm
So
going
close.
to ask you to roll initiative.
So close. Can I keep my
DM really wants us to fight these things.
No,
can I
it's
keep my
just
shame initiative? By any
what
chance?
the same initiative you had was a 16, I believe.
Yeah. Better
It's
than a
not.
14.
It's not going to make any difference. You're still going first.
Okay. Yay.
What would you like
Yep,
to do?
I'm going.
The others have left the building. They will not be coming back in to help you. I don't think.
That is totally fine.
Unless
Yeah.
you make a convincing cry for help.
Nope.
Yeah.
Jeff will do none of the sort.
Virex
Jeff is
doesn't know
going
you well
to
enough to help.
fire his double barrel shotgun. And does a 9 hit?
There's a 9 hit.
I
That's so
do
cute.
apologise. I need to put the correct stat block in there.
Please.
There
have a
we
9
go.
hit.
Does
I
a
don't think.
9 hit? No, it bloody doesn't.
Okay. Jeff is going to be running around the automaton's range, trying to like draw it into a different direction so he can escape out the door. Probably up and to the left by the top head of the other robot looking thing
Are you not on the map?
on the floor. No, I'm on the map.
So you're going to try and run up that way.
Yeah.
So as you clamber over the broken bodies of the other automatons that are in this room, the Warforged is tracking you. And it's keeping its eyes on you. Is that the
I'm
end
gonna
of your...
take cover.
You're,
I'm gonna
you're,
take cover behind the automaton.
you're going to try and take cover behind the automaton.
Yeah.
Fair
it looks
enough.
big enough.
Fair enough.
That's knowing you.
I take it it's the automaton's turn then. At this point.
Yeah. I
Okay.
would think so.
Okay. Next.
Guys, do you just want to roll up a new character now?
Probably.
No. No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. You guys did this to me, damn it. Oh
No,
my.
we didn't.
No,
This
no.
You
You
did it
guys left
yourself.
the bottle.
The Warforged
Wilson left you behind.
Warforged's parameters are within its directive, which is keep the containment contained. Do not allow any witnesses. It is charging. It's charging towards you. And as it does so, it has one of its arms. You see basically it almost flattens out into a blade. and you see it come, and it's swinging down towards you and towards your head as it makes an attack. Does an 11 hit?
It does not.
Second attack.
Oh, there's two. God damn it.
Does a 13 hit?
It does not. Thank God. Please tell me there's not 3 attacks.
No, there isn't. It's just 2 arm blade attacks.
I suppose if I move on my turn, I'm going to provoke an opportunity attack.
Yes, you would.
That's wonderful. Yay. Oh my gosh. Yay. Sigh.
You can always try and disengage as an action.
I can. I could. Is that in the automaton's turn?
Yes, it's your turn.
Wonderful. I oh gosh. Okay.
What are you doing?
I am going to hold on. Okay. I'm going to back up and shoot it with a shotgun.
Okay, it will take an opportunity attack.
That's okay.
You can all see that, right?
Please tell me it wasn't a nat 20.
It was a nat 20 to hit.
Fuck me. Of course it was.
And double the dice. So 7.
7 damage.
I'm just trying to see what was rolled against the... Yep, it's 7 points of slashing damage as it hits you with its reaction.
Okay.
You're stepping back. How far back are you stepping?
I guess I'll go 30 feet.
As you step
And then-
backwards and take this hit, moving back 30 feet, take your shot.
And I also would like to get a dex save from the automaton. I assume a 12 doesn't hit.
12 does not hit, I'm afraid.
It doesn't.
Do I still
Alright,
need the dex?
what's your dex? Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm casting Hellish Rebuke.
11.
And beautiful, that fails.
Don't
Wonderful.
cast Hellish Rebuke at Cthulhu.
It's not.
No,
It's a
I'm doing it
Warforged.
at the. I'm doing it at the automaton.
Yep.
Oh,
It's a
11,
Warforged automaton.
You're gonna take 2d10
Nice.
fire damage. It's 14 fire damage.
That almost halves it.
And Jeff, as he gets hit by this and backs up, whiffs his shotgun shot, he's going to point at the automaton and he's gonna say, "Wither and die, robot."
For the automaton, he is going to take one look at you. And from his back, you can see that there are a couple of long sticks poking out with pointy tips.
Oh god.
He reaches his left arm up, pulls the javelin off of his back, unhooking it, And he
Oh, you said screw.
throws it at you.
I really hope this is a miss.
23 to hit.
Ooh.
As the javelin.
Is that a miss?
I believe that hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would wager.
The javelin flies straight and true through the air with unparalleled marksmanship of someone who would seem to have been practiced in this. With robotic accuracy, it strikes you through the chest. You take 6 points of piercing damage from this javelin.
Ouch.
Then it charges
I think
forward.
the
And as it charges forward 30 feet,
Oh no.
it takes
Good
one
God.
more attack for a total of 10 to hit, which I believe will
That does not
miss. And it wildly slashes its arm blade across your chest, but you easily move out of its way.
I am okay. This is unfortunate. Yeah, I'm gonna disengage, I suppose.
Fair enough.
And I am going to run past him 30 feet towards the door.
You run past him 30 feet towards the door.
And I'm also gonna try and take cover again.
Okay. You try and take cover behind the broken automaton. The Warforged automaton turns, pulls off its second javelin, and its last javelin that it has in its possession,
That's good.
and it lobs it in your general direction. Does a 16 hit?
Um, I will say if I have mage armor that I can cast at will, can I cast that as a reaction or no?
No, I think it specifically has to say can be cast as a reaction, like the shield spell.
Okay. Yeah, it hits then.
I was going to say, if the DM lets you do that, he's a very nice DM.
But he's not being a nice DM at the moment.
There's no
Is-
such thing as a nice DM.
You take
I can be a nice DM.
Yeah, 16 hits.
you take 4 points of piercing damage.
Well, that's not too bad.
As this javelin hits. Doesn't
Okay.
chase you down at this point, but it does move forwards.
Be happy it doesn't have it set as a ranger.
I am going to move back 30 feet and maybe hopefully
That puts you at
take
the
cover
door.
behind the doorway.
Yeah, I will allow you to have full cover behind the door.
And I'm going to
Well,
peek out
behind the
of
wall.
the doorway.
Yep.
I'll peek out of the doorway and shoot it in the face with a flare gun. So does
Okay.
20 hit?
Yes, a 20 does hit.
That is 7 points of flame damage. Which I don't think flame damage would really affect an automaton, but hey, maybe it'll fry the circuit boards or something.
Reckon
Yeah.
it would blind it.
It would potentially blind it.
Well, that's great. Still
Potentially.
something.
Might give it disadvantage on its next attack if it makes one.
Hey, no, I'm okay with disadvantage.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I would wager to say so.
Okay. This Warforged warrior is looking pretty hurt, as it takes only half of the amount of movement that it had before. You are in full cover, and this thing basically wants to reach you. So it's going to dash. And it will end up next to you with its arm blade ready. But it doesn't have any actions left. It's your turn.
DM,
Yes.
could I say that Hexalon, having noticed that we were missing a party member, has come back to look for said party member?
Oh no, don't do that.
No, I had an
Right.
idea for that. I got something in the works when you finally get back to all of us outside.
I think it would be hilarious if like you guys are all just waiting by the door and Jeff manages to come out
No,
like
no,
beaten, battered, and broken.
I was just gonna say that if they get outside and while all that was going on, Sarah's gonna go, yeah, okay, and I got Jeff right here in his bottle. Wait, no, that's not his bottle. Shit. At first, you just a random bottle, and then you look at it closer. It's got a crack
not even
in
that. You just see the imp.
we got
No bottle.
Hexalon, Virax, me, Wilson.
What are you doing? It's your turn.
Wilson. So am I too close to the automaton that running back into the room is going to provoke an opportunity attack?
Running back into the room, moving away from it will provoke an opportunity attack, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna use another action to disengage and run 30 feet back into the room.
Why?
I do not want to be in this fucker's range. Okay, I have 13 health left.
Okay, you move 30 feet into the room. My turn?
Yeah.
Literally a game of cat and mouse.
It is going to make 2 arm blade attacks
For real.
against you.
Oh, that was a bad choice.
First one misses.
What happened to using it half of its movement?
It's
I
moved.
thought it was because it was hurt.
It is hurt, but it only moved 20 feet.
Wait, how did it catch up to me then? There should be at least 10 feet away from it.
You were outside the door and you ran back in.
It's exactly how it would have been if you were at the door. You're on tile 30. It's on tile 20. It's within 5 feet of you still.
So from outside of the room, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In fact, you should theoretically be where the automaton is.
Oh.
And then from where it was, 5, 10, which was here, 5, 10, 15. Yeah, okay. So, yeah. So theoretically, it would actually be 5 foot closer in and it would still be able to reach you. The second attack is an 18 to hit, by the way, as it deliberately strikes upwards this time in an attempt to maybe try and dissuade your sense of what it's capable of. It's trying to change things up a little bit considering its damage. And on an 18, you get hit with 4 points of slashing damage. What are you doing?
I
This
offered
thing,
to come and rescue you.
Yeah.
are you stepping in?
Run. I am. I'm going to disengage once again and run back towards the door.
5.
Why don't you just run away entirely?
Well, to be fair, I did the first disengage, thinking that I would still be outside of melee range, and it would have to
You
waste
were.
another action to dash to me.
That's the thing. You were just outside of melee range, that it had to dash to get to you, and it couldn't hit you on its turn. You had to move past it to get back into the room. You could have disengaged and run to the door and left the building.
I could have.
But this thing is
But I really want to
looking.
kill it.
This thing is looking very, very hurt at the moment. It looks
I
like
really
it's
wanna kill it.
falling to pieces. You want to use your action to disengage.
Actually, you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna shoot it in the face. Oh yeah, that was the right move. That's a nat 20.
At point blank range with a ranged weapon, isn't that at disadvantage? Yes.
Not if
Him
I
something,
back up and
DM.
shoot it. Not if I back up and shoot it.
It will get the opportunity attack.
That's okay.
Okay.
I'll risk it for the biscuit because that's 23 points of damage.
Does a 14 hit?
Can we say no because it is my armor class?
Meets it, beats it. You take 6 points of slashing damage.
That's okay.
As you back up a couple of paces in order to get your shot in, and your shot hits. It connects, and as it does so, how do you want to kill it?
Yes!
I want to back up. I'm going to load in two buckshot rounds, and I am just going to blast a hole straight through the automaton's chest, pulling both of the triggers of my shotgun.
And as you blast this hole, you start to see the various cogs and bits and pieces within it, circuitry and whatnot, breaking apart and falling, collapsing on the floor in a heap.
Wonderful.
The room is suddenly quiet. The only thing you can hear is the squeaking of a mouse in the corner.
Can I shoot the mouse?
Oh.
Okay, fine. I'm going to grab my bottle, and I'm gonna grab the head of the automaton, and I'm going to run out of the building.
You leave the building and you meet. You leave the building and meet with your colleagues out the front.
As I'm walking out, I want to put the head in front of my head and say, "Witnesses not permitted. Execute."
I'm going to throw a swift
Order 66.
I'm going to throw a swift left hook.
Roll to attack then, if that's what you're actually doing.
3 health.
Yep. I saw a robot. I thought it was. 14.
Beats it. Roll your damage. This will just be a D4 plus strength, I believe.
5 points of bludgeoning.
It doesn't matter because
Jeff's unconscious.
Just a D4. Yeah.
We all agree that we're leaving him unconscious, right?
Jeff,
Guys, I killed him.
Jeff, can I get your first? Can you do this privately? And roll your first death save, but just DM me
How do
the
I do it
response, please.
privately? How do I do it
If you
privately?
can, on your character sheet, you can turn it so that only you and the DM can
Yeah.
see dice rolls.
Yeah.
You can
Guys,
make
I
it to
killed a
where I'm at the
robot.
We
How do I
are
do that?
robots.
How do I do
I
that?
killed
Guy?
one of the bad robots.
Oh.
Or you can just roll it on Discord /R1D20.
Yeah, but then everybody can see it.
No. Well, yeah, true.
I will do this. I'll roll it in a completely different server that no one has access to.
Perfect. And just send me the result when you're ready. With a now unconscious Jeff at your feet, what
Oops.
is
Shit.
the rest of your party doing?
Dumb fuck.
You know you're carrying him, right?
I ain't carrying
You
him. He's
knocked him.
staying there.
Not you. The other one. You knocked him
What?
out. You gotta lug him back.
Fair
Hex
point.
belong. Keep him there. He can rest.
Yeah, just fair point. He sounded like a robot when he come out. I just punched it.
I ain't on to you about hitting him. I would have done the same thing. I was just saying, if
Okay.
we leave, you're gonna be the one carrying his.
Yeah, but like, why can't we just leave him there?
Yeah. How tall is Jeff?
Jeff's about 6 foot.
I
Mhm.
kept thinking he was like 5 foot tall.
If you want to go
I'm just
ahead
gonna
and
grab.
if you want to go ahead
I'm
and
gonna
roll
go
your
We'll say Jeff's 5 foot tall.
Jeff, if you
All right. Well,
Jeff, if you would like to go ahead and roll your other rolls so that we know.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that.
I'm just gonna grab his ankle and start dragging him through the streets towards the clockwork cadaver. And
Can
I
you
will
go?
deliberately be dragging him through any horse poo that I see.
Yes.
Okay. Um.
No objections here.
Just so he's
Okay.
aware.
It's going to be about 45 minutes to get to the clockwork cadaver.
Even better.
Oh my
Clang,
god.
clang, 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 clang.
I don't want to do death saves anymore.
I need one more. Well,
I don't want to.
technically, I could need up to 2 more.
What's a fail?
I've unalived him with
Anything
a
below
punch.
10.
Anything below 10
Okay.
is a fail.
Okay.
Roll it.
Below 10 and below is a failure. 11 and up is a success.
I need
Ones
one.
are doubled, essentially. And
I
20s are
don't
doubled.
want to roll anymore, Metal.
I know you don't. But they're not waking you up. They are not healing you.
I don't have healing.
Neither do I.
They're
I
not
don't
even
wanna do this
offering.
anymore.
They're not even offering to do a medical check to see if they can
Oh, thank God.
stabilize you.
No. Why would we do that? What's your point?
It's okay. It's okay, guys. You guys don't love me, and it's okay.
45
glad you
minutes. 45 minutes of dragging this unconscious Jeff behind you. You eventually arrive back at the clockwork cadaver. Jeff, if you can roll me a d6, please. That'll be how long you remain unconscious for.
When we get back to the pub, can we put him in a chair and like put some sunglasses on him so people just think he's being like ignorant and ignoring them?
Jeff,
We'll get Wilson to visibly wave his arms.
Jeff, you are unconscious for 5 hours before you wake up.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
wait. I want to do a little prestidigitation, and I'm going to make a little doodle on his face in black line that normally you would see at a party if you fall asleep first. A very graphic design that goes from the side of his face down along his cheek to
Okay.
the crook of his mouth. It's just going to be there. I'm not going to say what it is, but I'm pretty sure you could just imagine.
It's got veins and everything, right? Like it's really anatomically detailed.
Oh, I am meticulous with details on shit that I do, so yes.
Can we roll a performance?
So he's literally sat in a chair with a pair of sunglasses covered in horse poo, dirt from the road, and that drawing on his face.
Yeah.
And I don't have to perform anything. It's just a snap of a finger kind of thing. It's an at-will prestidigitation.
How good of an artist are you?
It also would last for only an hour.
Because I'm meticulous with details when I'm drawing, but I'm a horrible drawer. So
but he's not actually drawing.
Right.
He has to get the details.
I know.
It does not matter.
What are you using as a reference?
It's fine.
His own.
You
I gotta
are
hold
dragged.
my own, but I tend to think so.
Yeah. So you are dragged back to the clockwork cadaver and propped up in the corner. Unbeknownst to you, Lillian has been busy. And as the rest of you step into the clockwork cadaver, you see an array of tables and benches, picnic benches essentially, laid out. You see a couple of archery targets with various slightly blunted weapons dug into them on one wall. You see the bar behind you has been topped up with various glasses and a couple of barrels. You see that the tables are in pristine condition. And you also notice that there is a smell of food that seems to be wafting through. The smell of a hog on the hearth, on a fire pit of some kind. It's gorgeous. The stone-cracked floor has been polished, but it still retains its charm. And yes, you can even see some of that quote-unquote character that Jeff was complaining about, built into the aesthetics of the tables and the walls of the venue. You also notice that in one corner you see a piano sat up on what looks to be a slightly raised platform, and a little hidey corner cubbyhole at one end of the room. And as you're looking around, you spot Liliane de Cruel sitting down behind the bar, reading what appears to be a book. She looks up at you all. Has your job been done for the day then?
Yep.
Wonderful. Would you care for a drink?
God, yes.
Could I have a pint of crude oil with a mercury chaser, please?
I figured you'd be asking for that.
I didn't know you rolled like that.
That's how I roll, man.
She pours out what looks to be some thick, oily sludge into a tankard, swirls it around, and then tops it up the rest of the way and pops it on the bar. Crude oil, I can do.
Lovely.
Mercury is a little bit tricky to get a hold of. What do you think of
Got
the
any
place?
hydrochloric acid?
No, we haven't, I'm afraid. What do you think of the place, though?
It's definitely had a
Looks
woman's
good.
touch.
Thank you.
And
Oh,
Jeff's fine. He's just asleep.
yeah, drop him off in the corner over there. Recovery corner, we'll call it.
He might smell a bit.
That's all right. And you drop Jeff off. Let's find his token. You drop Jeff off in the recovery corner.
Everyone's gonna probably slip behind the bar as well and fix his own drink.
I don't even get to sleep in Hexlon's bed or something. Someone that got horse shit all over me.
You get yourselves drinks. Lillian serves them, and she looks at you all with a more serious tone. And you notice out the corner of your eye two of what appears to be Lillian coming out from the back and leaving and exiting the tavern with a quick smile and a wink. Done. And walks out. Couldn't have done this without my simulacrums. But it has set the Black Honey Meadery back a few hours.
Oh no, the competition isn't doing so well.
Oh, what a shame. I took a very large swig of my crude oil.
You do realise at some point your two groups might end up having to exchange information.
Nope, fuck that.
By the name of it, I'm pretty sure they're probably going to focus on mostly honey-based drinks. This seems to be serving oil.
Well, you
If
are
only to those of
catering.
us of the more mechanical persuasion.
So, I was being more fun.
I figured it'd be good to get some oil-based refreshments for you.
Given how
That's definitely some good crude.
Mr. Bernie over there is, I'm pretty sure he's probably would rather some ale or whiskey.
She looks up at the bar behind her, pulls down a bottle, puts it on the table. That should wake him up. Oh,
Well, I was meaning that it's probably what he would rather being served is those.
for the
Less, as long as it's good.
For the record, and she casts prestidigitation on pretty much all of you, cleaning you all up somewhat.
Not all of us. Oh.
Yeah, not Jeff. Don't ruin the fun.
As much as it's amusing to see you in such a state, it does invade my nostrils somewhat.
That's why they created nose plugs.
Or like us, we don't have nostrils.
Evolutionary advantage, baby.
I wouldn't really say it's evolutionary, it's more of manufactured in your case.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's a bit rude, man.
It's not my fault you were created by man.
At this point, I just give Hex the volunteers with my mug.
Well-
Chink glasses.
Let's just say, let's ask you a question then. What did you get up to?
You don't ever need to talk about that place ever again.
No. We activated Hell No protocols.
Huh.
And I punched a robot that was trying to chase us.
So it seems like you fucked up.
We did not fuck up. We were just not told what to expect. Thank you very much, lady. I do not fuck up when I am not given all of the information that I need to do my job.
Yeah.
So what do I need? What do I need to help you hide?
Saw it through by completing the task. We were
Maybe
asked
just
Yeah,
to
we
put
did.
something somewhere, and we
Yeah,
did.
Yeah, we did the
just-
job.
Just give us an alibi for the last 6 hours.
So you
Theoretically, the task was completed.
completed the task. Wonderful.
It
The
definitely got lost.
sooner we can get the grey mantles under our thumb, the sooner we can start cleaning this city. Making it safer for the poorer people, shall we say.
Now that they're back at the tavern, he's going to reach into his bag, pull out a little thing he uses for little, kind of like a clamshell case. Probably,
Mm-hmm.
good palm size. Open it up, and inside he's got like a wax-like substance. He'll take the key out of his pocket, place it in there, close it to get a good little imprint into it, and then put it back into his pocket, put that back in. There we go. Just in case.
Hmm.
Essentially, I took a mold of the key that James gave us.
Fair enough. I'll allow
I
it.
have a
It's
way.
easy enough to do. And you have the forgery kit, so great.
And if it comes to a question of he gets someone checks him, it's horn polish.
Yep. Not a problem. Lillian looks at you all, turns around and says, well, pity he's asleep. But we can wait. By the time he wakes up, the ladies, the entertainment should arrive.
Well, now I can see the full image of the bar. It looks good.
Thank you.
Mm.
I spent ages building this.
Yeah,
It looks
I can tell.
familiar.
It should.
No, I mean like the like I've seen this exact style of material being used.
Mm-hmm. I did this on Dungeon Alchemy. Jeff,
That'll be why.
it's been 5
I've
hours. They've whiled away their time. They've been doing God knows what in their downtime, and you're waking up. It is 5 hours later, and it is heading into the evening now. As you come to.
I've hit you so hard, you don't just have a black eye, you've got a black face.
Jeff. DM, would Jeff know who hit him?
Is there rust particles in your face from being punched by a robot?
I would say you wouldn't because you come out with the robot head. and you would have just woken up here 5 hours later.
Jeff needs to get his tetanus shot.
Okay, well, I rolled a history and I failed, so.
I don't know why it's doing that. I need to
So I wouldn't know who heals.
trying to give you 1 hit point for crying out loud, but it's not letting me.
That's okay. Oh, I got it taken care of.
There we go.
Don't you worry.
You are no longer unconscious on the map. But you wake up to these strange surroundings. The others are at the bar, and as you wake up, you see a trio of ladies walking in.
Emma. Oh.
The entertainment has arrived. Now, you all know, or I assume you all know, of the sort of like the ladies that sing with like the victory rolls and all the rest of it, and they sing in that sort of 50s style of music.
Yep.
That's basically what these 3 young ladies are. They are literally
Vaudeville.
that's the style, yes. They are literally like that, and they enter and they look around, and you can see as you wake up, Jeff, that there are a couple of patrons that have turned up here and there, wandering in randomly from the street, and the rest of you are sort of slightly amused by this as well, to an extent. But drinks are flowing from the taps, people are being entertained, and these 3 lovely ladies just singing away into the night.
Can I play the piano along with them?
Yes, you can.
Can I do
Please
a
roll.
performance check?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Let's see your performance check.
I have a +5 to this, so if this fails, I'm gonna scream.
I'm gonna hear that.
Everyone, cover your ears.
You motherfucker!
This is your home tavern, so you feel fairly confident. Roll with advantage.
Yes.
He's
Feel
drunk
no
that many,
failure.
That's
he's drunk
better.
that many pints of brew that he
That's
thinks he's going well.
On a 19, you are matching the tone and the tunes perfectly.
Yeah.
7
Where's Wilson?
Wilson is just sitting at the table opposite you.
Jeff is gonna look at Wilson with just anger in his eyes, and he's gonna say, "You motherfucker!
You
You
told me to run. I ran.
bastard! You left me."
You told me to run. I ran.
I meant with me too.
I'll remember that next time.
You didn't say
You know
that.
what, Wilson almost died because of you.
You're still here. And I saw you come out alive.
Because I am the most amazing gunslinger this side of wherever the fuck I am.
You just hear Virex, as soon as you call yourself the most amazing gunslinger, you hear him just sort of slam on the keyboards and just turn his head very slowly to look at you, as if to say, "The fuck you just say?"
You heard me, you robot key slinging bitch.
I
You
will
left me
shoot
too.
Wilson leans
I-
forward. And as he leans forward, he just simply turns around and gives you a name. The name of the person who hit you. and then he sits back.
Ooh,
Oh.
snitches, it's stitches.
That
You know-
is his familiar.
Wilson, Wilson,
Valid point.
I was mad at you. I'm still a little peeved. Don't get me wrong.
You just got to be clearer with your
But I say-
instructions.
That's on me. Admit we're even now. At the very least, we're even.
Good.
And Jeff is going to walk over to find Hexalon.
Uh-huh.
Hexalon's happily on his sixth mug of crude, and he's eating a rather nice bowl of rusted screws, which for Warforged are like Bombay mix.
And he is going to unload his shotgun. Is going to turn it around so he's grabbing the barrel, and he is going to whack Hexalon upside the head.
That's
Hang
so much
on.
better. I actually thought you meant you were going to unload it in his face.
No.
Right, okay, you're going to whack it.
No.
This would count as
Yep.
an improvised weapon.
That's okay.
So roll your attack. It misses.
Well, actually, hold on. So, would I use the hit DC for the double barrel shotgun or an unarmed strike?
Unarmed strike.
It's an improvised weapon.
Yeah.
It is an improvised weapon, so it'd technically be the unarmed strike plus your strength, I believe.
Oh, plus my strength. Okay.
As
still
as
misses.
I feel this barrel, this shotgun butt break against the back of my head, I barely move, but I literally swing my arm around to hit him back.
He doesn't actually hit you, though. He misses.
Yeah, I miss.
And you miss
That's even
back.
funnier then.
That
And
also misses.
You sort of try and lean back to make a strike at him. And as you do so, on your 6th pint of crude, make a dex save.
I've fallen off the chair.
You fall backwards off of the chair and hit the deck. Lillian stands up at this point. Right! Enough!
I just start laughing on the floor.
And you can
as
see...
Lillian's saying that, I'm going to try and hit him again.
No, you're not. Because you can see the anger in Lillian. Her eyes that were emerald green darken ever so slightly. Bickering and brawling amongst yourselves is only going to get you killed quicker. If you wish to battle out whatever issues you have, we have two options. You can head down to the Phalite Fermenters to the fight pits. Or there are two target boards over there, and you can see who is the better marksman. They
It's not
are the
about being a
rules.
marksman.
They are the rules. Choose.
Excellent, just wetting himself with laughter on the floor.
Yep.
I'm gonna counter with we're the owners of the establishment, and I think we decided what the rules are here.
That may be so. You may be the owners. But I don't want to see this bar get a bad reputation. After all, I have to recommend you to certain people if you want better jobs with better pay. As for James's pay, she pulls out a sack, small bag, pouch-like thing, and puts it on the table. 30 gold.
I am still gonna hit him because I got an 18 on my unarmed strike, and I want to clobber his ass. Just
That would have
Silvery
missed anyway.
barbs.
You
just simply once.
you strike him.
18 misses.
I was gonna say, I'll use the silvery barbs to make him have to re-roll that. Hopefully, get lower. Because if he's just going to continue with it, yeah, I'm gonna mess up his stuff.
18 doesn't hit.
You should have just left it alone. I critted.
Yep, a crit definitely does hit.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
Yeah. No,
Lillian
going to,
is not playing. Roll your damage.
That's okay. So would it be?
I tried. I just gave him a better chance.
Would it just be my 2 bludgeoning damage for the unarmed strike, or?
Yep. So it was crits,
Okay,
double the
so he just takes
dice.
4 damage. So he just takes 4 damage.
You take 4 points of damage, Hexalon, as you are on the
And
floor.
Jeff's gonna walk away.
Jeff,
I'm still laughing even though I've been damaged.
as you
He's gonna
walk away,
and crit.
Lillian shakes her head. If that happens in this bar again, and people see infighting occurring, I will punish you with the most menial jobs I can find. The ones I normally leave to the simulacrums.
Oh, don't worry, Lillian. As long as this little robot bastard doesn't punch me and damn near kill me again, it won't happen.
If you want to take it out with each other, either take it outside or prove your marksmanship.
Well, he doesn't look like he could hit the broadside of a barn, so I don't think there'd be much worth in that.
Them's fighting words were manufactured.
And with that, we are going to end tonight's session.
Yeah. Jeff gets one last jab in.
So, thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed that.
Fun.
I tried to help. I'm sorry.
Tried to help, but only made it worse.
First of all, let me say, if you had have stayed and fought the Warforged, the unstable corpse, every round on a trigger or on a trigger, it would have pulsed with purple energy, causing either necrotic burst, disadvantage zones, or flickers like it's phasing.
And you wanted us to stay.
It wouldn't.
That's just evil.
Yes, it was. The other part of that is on the 5th round, had it gone that far, the environment, steam pipes would have burst. On the 10th round, filing cabinets would have collapsed in, and the stacks of crates and things would have collapsed down into the room. And on the 15th round, if it had gone that long, documents would be randomly flying through, causing random paper cuts with shrapnel.
Okay, and see, how is it surprising that we ran away? Well, that they ran away.
And if it had gone on for a total of 15 rounds, the Warforged would have made a realization mid-fight. with them pausing, glitching, and then saying directive conflict presence pre-authorized, as it would have received
We would have died before that.
potentially.
Yeah, we would have had to. Yeah. Oh my god! No. It's a good thing we run away.
Basically,
You guys still think I'm the evil DM?
No, you're tame compared to that.
Yeah.
And with that, we are going to say goodbye to the audience. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And we will leave it there for now. Bye.
Okay,
See you all
then.
again. See you all again in 2 weeks. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, or whatever you need to do. Give us a thumbs up, etc.